Oh my God.
That was manic Saturday. Oh. Are you feeling?
I am knackered. Jeez.
The bass last night was literally I could not sleep. We should have just stayed out. I don't know why I went back to the tent.
Yeah, I know. I went back, right, thinking, okay, I'm just going to pop back just for a second and just like grab a jumper, have a little drink. And then I literally was there for like 3 hours.
See, I swear I thought I lost you, but my battery ran out and I didn't have my portable.
Yeah, so I was trying to call you and it just was going straight to answer phone. And I was like, is it my phone? Is it his phone? And then I lost my phone. So.
Well, I think I lost you at Dubtendo, didn't I? It was like
yeah, right.
Gone.
Because I was like chatting to this girl and we were like having a vibe, and then like, I turned around. I turned around and you just weren't there anymore.
Oh, shall I go meet you at? Where you meet now? Where else are you heading?
Why don't we? Hang on, let me think about what I want to do. So I want to see Beans on Toast at 3.
Yeah. Shamrock.
Why don't we meet Town Centre?
Town Centre?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm wearing this really sick new Boomtown t-shirt, which you can get at our merch store.
What?
Yeah. What are you wearing?
Can you get me what? Well, actually, I'm also wearing a Boomtown top.
Okay, sick. Okay,
cool. It's cool. We'll be like twins.
Might change, but nah. Oh, there is a grey one I could get actually. Once again on the Boomtown merch store. Sweet. Okay, I'll see you.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll probably be like, I don't know, like half an hour. I was gonna like look at the shower queue, but
please, you need to shower. Yesterday was diabolical.
Yeah, but they're just minging, aren't they? Anyway, all right.
Peace.
Well,
right.
I'll just see you. I'll see you when I see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Oh my God.
Hi.
There's 5 minutes of your life you're never going to get back.
There you go, guys. Hello. Welcome back to Boomtown 2020.
The Lost
Chapter, live from your living room. Woo! It's Sunday. We're back. We are Twisted Time Machine, hosting you through some fun vibes. It's quite chill today, isn't it?
Super chill.
Quite chill.
Gorgeously
we had
chilled.
quite a heavy one yesterday, didn't we?
It was like super boom, 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 whereas today is more like get like
zoom,
a blanket on, sit there with...
Around a campfire.
Around a campfire vibe. Yeah. Sunday sesh.
Little hot toddy.
Oh, I love a hot toddy.
Who doesn't?
Oh.
Hope that you guys had a good night as well. Let us know in the chat what you got up to. We want to see more pictures, videos of your home Boomtowns.
Can I just say, those setups and costumes you've been sending in, also we're on the Woob app, so just keep commenting there, we'll be letting you know. But those costumes and setups were incredible. Like, I'm just going to give you a high five for like creativity.
Virtual high fives. Yeah. So the competition deadline has passed and we will be announcing the winners in a little while. But still send us in any photos and videos because we want to share them anyway. Shall we? Well, yeah. Let's just run through what we've got coming up, shall we?
Yeah, I think that's important, yeah.
All right, okay. So this morning, we've already had a virtual version of the Speaker's Corner with some incredibly moving and powerful documentaries from Boomtown across the years. And we've just got even more amazing stuff coming up for you today. So, as I said, we're going to be doing competition winners. We're going to be sharing lots of your photos and videos. And then we have a very, very special live L-I-V-E live set from Beans on Toast.
In fact,
yes, we do.
We do. In fact, what I kind of want you all to do is I want you to go and make beans on toast and send photos of you eating beans on toast, watching beans on toast.
Oh my God, it's like Beans on Toast Inception.
Yeah, it's like beans on toast squared.
Yes, amazing. Okay, we've also got a little treat of a video from Shamrock and the Calico Street Riot, which will warm you up for Beans at 3. And then after that, at 4, we've got Mr. Whompy. bringing you the ice cream vibes. It's a whole hour and a half set from the skyline of Bristol with the Born on the Road crew.
It's very aesthetic. That's what I'm going to say. It's like, put it on, vibe it out, put a giant screen up and look at the view and maybe grab an ice cream with, maybe grab a Mr. Whompy.
And then after that, we've got a couple of special members from the Boomtown team who we're going to have a little chat with. It's very exciting, which is leading up to the final video, the closing show documentary. It's a little look, a little insight behind the narrative of Boomtown. It's an incredibly special video. We've just had a little sneak preview, haven't we?
Super. Like, I'll give you 2 words. Goose.
Yes.
Bumps.
Oh my God, I was literally about to say that.
Oh my God, we're so in sync.
No way.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Genuinely.
It was just incredible. Like,
the tingles were real.
and also it kind of makes you like, if it's a bit like nostalgic, incredible, beautiful. I mean, you'll know.
Well, yeah, I think it just makes me a bit emotional watching videos of crowds now.
Yeah.
I get a little tear to the eye when I think of all the sweaty crowds that we used to be allowed to be in.
And also you kind of forget, like, obviously as citizens, we all just turn up like, woo, party, yeah, have a great time. But the amount of work that goes into creating these, setting up, the costumes, the set, the concept, there's like so much that goes behind it, and I think you'll be able to...
Yeah, it's an insane amount of work to put on something like Boomtown, and it's just the most incredibly talented team behind the scenes, so it'd be really, really exciting to chat with a couple of them later on. Also, just to flag, Broken Cause are doing a separate live stream today, so if you are wanting to party, go and check them out.
She said it all.
Yes,
yeah.
Very, very exciting, very exciting. We're having a little whoops in the studio. One other thing that's super, super important that we want to draw your attention to is a little charity message from one of the charities we work with, Temwa. They are the friendly people who man our info points at Boomtown, and they sort out all of your lost property. They've been doing some incredible work, and we have a really special video from them that we would love to share with you.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing stuff there. These guys are doing incredible work and with a mission to develop self-sufficient communities in hard-to-reach rural areas of northern Malawi. It means the pandemic has basically halved their income.
Yeah.
So we're going to be posting donation links in the chat. And please give whatever you can.
Yeah, it makes you feel very like thankful for, yes, we're all in a pandemic right now, but there's some people out there who could use like what's £1 a month? What really is £1 a month? When you think about it,
yeah,
it's
right.
It's actually nothing. I think I'd probably spend 3 of that on a coffee like a day. So I think we put things in perspective, and we also, one thing I've really learnt during this pandemic is you never know where you're going to be tomorrow. So a little helping hand goes a long way in the long run.
Yeah, it's true. The real important thing that's coming out of this is community, and that's the main message that we want to send from Boomtown. That it is all about community and connection and helping people.
Yes.
And on that note, on the very note of community, what a segue. Almost like we planned it. Okay, we want to talk about you guys, the citizens of Boomtown, because without you, there is no Boomtown. So we have been sent in over the weekend some incredible videos from you guys who are making the most of the current situation with your own home Boomtown. So we've just got a few videos that we'd love to share with you.
Ooh.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Corinne.
I'm Mark.
And we are the hosts of Lost in the Maze, the Boomtown Fair storyline podcast. Or we were the hosts of Lost in the Maze.
We still are. It's just that we're not making any content. We're like on a holiday.
Summer holiday.
A hiatus.
That's a nicer way to put it. Summer holiday.
Spring break.
Yeah. Spring break.
Anyway, so I've started off this whole thing by making a Facebook group called the Boomtown Storyline Facebook group, and then people started turning up, and there's now 8,000 people in a Facebook group, and
It's basically a full-time job.
on top of my other full-time job.
It was that that Facebook group and the incredible community of the people that like avidly play the maze, follow the storyline, that sort of led us to think maybe they'll be interested in a podcast about it.
And apparently 8,000 people, or nearly 8,000 people were, which is mad. We've
Absolutely
got listeners in
mind-blowing.
America.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
Although obviously, like we said, we can't make any more content at the minute because everything's been cancelled, which is rubbish.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, we know that it's for the right reasons that it's not happening. I'm kind of glad it's not happening. At the same time, it doesn't make it any easier. Like, we had so many plans for this summer.
Like becoming mayor of Boomtown.
I don't know what you're talking about. We don't.
But a summer without Boomtown is not something that I like to think about. Like, Boomtown is such a special place, and it's so much more than just a festival. It's not just a collection of stages in a field.
No, it's like a living, breathing city. There's so much that goes on. It's like Disneyland for adults. Just so much detail, little things you can go explore. It's just amazing.
Stories that no one will ever believe.
Yeah, so many of those.
It really is, like, you really do become a citizen of Boomtown when you go there, and you really can become anything you want to be. If you want to start a Facebook group, if you want to start a podcast, if you want to spend the weekend being whoever you want to, like, you really can.
Yeah.
And although we're devastated it's not happening this year, we're super excited for what 2021's going to bring, and the fact that we have a whole year to prepare, to plan for it, to get excited for it, and that the incredible community that loves Boomtown is really going to pull together and make next year even more incredible.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of pent-up partying by the end of this.
Definitely.
Anyway, that's enough from us. Bye.
Bye. That probably do.
So, I've been going to Boomtown since 2013, and I've not missed a year since. And the reason it's one of my favourite places in the world to go to, and the reason I haven't missed one, is because it's exciting. It changes every single year. Unlike many festivals who stay the same each year, or they don't change much, this festival changes every single year to an extreme. It really, really improves and sorts out any bugs that it had, and then it steps it up another notch. And even though it's a shame that it didn't happen this year, I know it will step it up 2 notches for next year. So I'm really looking forward to 2021. Bring it on. Peace.
Hello, my name is Richard Ray, commonly known as Dixie the Ray, or also known as Helga von Schlatz, depends on my character. And Boomtown means to me, it's a place where I can freely express who I am and where I want to go and what I want to do. Also, why it's so special. I think the storyline actually helps it to be really special and sets it apart from other festivals. And feelings of the last year, it's really sad, but sometimes we need a break to reflect and refocus ourselves. So it's a bit of a bummer, but it's a good thing also.
Hi, I'm Vicky. Boomtown to me means being part of a completely unique, immersive experience. I love getting involved in all the storyline, puzzles in the months leading up to the event, and then carrying it on at the festival. Obviously, the music's a massive part of it for me as well, but it's all the theatrics and themed areas that set it apart from any other festival and make it ahead of the pack. Boomtown's a really special place to me. I've gone every year since Chapter 8, when we took our friend who was terminally ill to one last festival there. So it's got a really strong spiritual connection for me. And over the years, I've met so many amazing people and new friends, and I love it that it's just like a whole community sharing one love. Obviously, I'm gutted Boomtown's cancelled this year. I was really looking forward to seeing Noisia close Relic as part of their farewell tour. But I do think it was the right decision by the organisers to protect everyone. And whilst the Lost Chapter may now be just a mini event at home, I'm already really looking forward to next year. So bring it on.
Wow, thank you so much for sending in those videos. Like we said, Boomtown is all about you guys, the citizens, the community. It's a really special thing. We really appreciate those videos.
Like 100%, I feel all warm inside.
Warm and fuzzy vibes.
All the fuzzy vibes. So I just want to give a little quick shout out to the people in the chat. We've got Lucy, we've got Mitch, and Ricky. I'm going to give you a quick shout out because you said you're going to pour the Guinness and you're ready to take a shot as soon as the stream starts. So I kind of hope you've already taken that shot.
I hope so, and that's just in time for our...
Are we heading to Shamrock?
Yeah.
I think we are.
Is that the Irish themed bar?
I think it is, you know.
Yeah, I think it is. All right. Okay, so coming up next, we have got Calico Street Riots, who are usually found in Shamrock. After not quite getting their video to us in time for yesterday, we are playing it today. It's a really lovely addition, a lovely warm-up for our Beans on Toast live set. Everyone, it's the amazing Calico Street Riot. Enjoy.
Will I ever get to go where the city never sleeps? Forgot the kind to wish you well, the bottom's fade to green, and the hand that built the city couldn't save her when it fell. Close my eyes and pray that I'm the coin lost in the well. Suck the light that shines away, hold it high so I can see the black and rocks and sing the chips and drown us all the tea. To hear the harbour melody, the face of liberty. Will I be a beggar if the city never sleeps? This one never walked alone, but Christ sent her on her own to carry bricks and candlesticks in a world she didn't know. Christ self-asleep at night, I hope some other hears a cry, deafened by the anguish of the land that wasn't known. Says so! To freedom! So how do we breathe if this city never sleeps? Will we left our true home for the hearts of liberty? So tell your lover and the beggars and the thieves that one day you'll be free. So will I ever get to go where the city never sleeps? The God who going to wish you well, the violence slave to free. The hand that built the city couldn't take me when it fell. Close my eyes and pray that I'm a coin lost in the wind. For freedom! That's all! How do we breathe if the city never sleeps? When we left our true home for the hearts of liberty. So tell your lover and the beggars and the thieves that one day you'll be free. you bought a ticket, boy, don't mean they're calling out your name. In a mind for the questions, easy answers don't come fast. Just words with twisted meanings and excuses built to last. Falling comes before the rise. There's no light if you close your eyes. Every beat of my heart, every moment of time shines like the flames fights in the dark. Turn the stars as the smoke rises. There's no way I can promise that it won't always be this tough. You've got hope in your corner, but sometimes I'm pain enough. We await for that sacred day when we find our salvation. But all that leads us along the way is the same frustration. No, we know is what's before. What's to come could be so much more. Every beat of my heart, every moment of time shines like the flames fights in the dark. Turn the stars as the smoke rises. Falling comes before the rise, but there's no light if you close your eyes. Every beat of my heart, every moment of time shines like flames fights in the dark. Turn the stars as the smoke rises. Oh, know is what's before. No. Lie awake while the world is sleeping, deafened by a falling second hand, clutching onto sanity that's fleeting in the shadow of a better man for too long. But as we lay our ghosts to rest, the sirens sound to call us home. With this fire in my chest, I'll burn them down to ash and bone. And now it's obvious the dust won't settle. We'll have to breathe it in to stay alive. You'd think by now that we would know much better, but we're still waiting for another try. If dead men still had tales to tell, would we listen? As we lay our ghosts to rest, the sirens sound to call us home. But with this fire in my chest, I'll burn them down to ash and bone. All those years ago, you told everybody so that you're gonna lift the sky. You'll always wanna be another world away. So take it to the sea, get lost and sail away. So here's to you, you're a long time dead. You'll never be in the spotlight again. Don't be a fool, you'll always be remembered if you get it in your head. You're a long time dead. You say you take your time, but you never cross the line as the day breaks the horizon. All those wasted tears over many, many years that you could not find your home. You'll always want to be another world away. So take it to the sea, get lost and sail away. Here's to you, you're a long time dead. You'll never be in a spotlight again. Don't be a fool, you'll always be remembered if you get it in your head. You're a long time dead. So it's all for one and one for all. Here's to you, you're a long time dead. You'll never be in a spotlight again. Don't be a fool, you'll always be remembered if you get it in your head. You're a long time. Here's to you, you're a long time dead. You'll never be in a spotlight again. Don't be a fool, you'll always be remembered if you get it in your head. You're a long time dead. You're a long time dead. You're a long time dead. I hold my memories close. It's been so many years since I have seen my shot. The ringing bell that side of hell. Could this be the last time? 10,000 days of torture. What harm could be one more? Back from the brink again. This sinking feels the same. Horizon calls my name. I kiss for good luck as we set course for home. We pray to the gods, we will live through the storm. If I see you again, I've stories to tell. Adventure and horror as we made our way through hell. Before I've had a chance to breathe, I feel the storms around me. But as the stars burst through the clouds, I see nowhere to go. As each step towards the wheel fell into the ground beneath me, I feel the wind upon my skin ready to take me home. Finish your drink, my friend. Your tears will have to wait. Horizon calls our name. I kiss for good luck as we set course for home. We pray to the gods, we can live through the storm. If I see you again, stories to tell. Adventure and horror as we made our way through hell. And what's expected of me. But until that day, I guess I'll stay lost at a kiss for good luck as we set course for home. We pray to the gods we can live through the storm. If I see you again, I'll have stories to tell. Venture and horror as we lead our way through hell. And I hope that I can be what's expected of me. But until that day, I guess I'll stay lost at sea. So turn her into the wind.
We are Calico Street Riots. Normally at this time of year we'd be in a field in Winchester at Boomtown in our little pub called the Shamrock. We can't be there this year, just like everybody else. So we're doing our best and we're making the most of it, and we'll see you there next year. This is our last song. It's called Broken Bones.
Hours to liberty, the last one seems to last a century. The weight lifts me off my feet, carries me to where I long to be. Choruses sung through pickled tongues, from the bottom of our hearts right to the top of our lungs. We want our ways up to run, so catch your breath before it's gone. And when I fix these broken bones, I'll walk with you to never be alone. Regret shivers underneath, the taste of shame that sticks across my teeth, but nothing is stopping me from breaking hold and finally feeling free. Kept in the dark right from the start, waiting to fall in love or fall apart, but we won't always have to run, so catch your breath before it's gone. And when I fix these broken bones, I'll walk with you to never be alone. Laura Faust on the violin. Cling on to life, see out the night for one last time. Until next time, we won't always have to run, so catch your breath before it's gone. And when I fix these broken bones, I'll walk with you to be as one. And we won't always have to run, so catch your breath before it's gone. And when I fix these broken bones, I'll walk with you to never be alone.
Oh my god, it's on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't worry,
Oh
guys.
my goodness.
We live together. We are in a bubble.
Oh,
It's
you are in a
totally
bubble,
fine.
yeah.
So just
Absolute Sunday vibes there from Calico Shamrock
Oh
Bar.
my gosh. Where's a place you've got to go?
Whoa.
The name of the band is?
Calico.
She's not got this, but that is how you do it. You're going to give it with energy.
I panicked then. I was going to get it wrong. I was like,
yeah, gosh.
no, that was amazing. Thank you so much. People loving that in the comments as well.
Yeah.
What a lovely Sunday vibe we're having.
I'm kind of glad that we got you guys and all of us got to experience that this Sunday.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm actually, not that it wouldn't have been great yesterday as well, but it really fit perfectly today. So thank you so much for sending that over. Okay.
Brilliant.
Next up, we are going to take a little look at some of the competition entries that we've had from you guys for your best costume and best home setup. And then we shall be announcing
the winner.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's take a look.
Over to you, Team Tech.
Okay, first up, we've got Ed Oswald. Absolute Psytrance fan here. He's made his own Tribe of Frog.
Ribbit all the way.
He looks incredible there.
Oh my god, we all love a good fairy light, don't we?
Okay, and we've got Ryan French with his garden setup. He's got
all the hooch you could ever ask for.
Hooching it up.
I'm actually scared that Ryan probably has more hooch than us. When we have our festival, he's already got a huge setup of his hooch.
I mean, he's got more hooch than anyone's ever had, I think. I'm liking this mural in the background.
Also, love the pool,
really
Ryan. I'm going next.
Yeah. Dill family.
Oh
my goodness.
God.
This is quite like Whistler's Green vibes, isn't it? This is great. Really wholesome and wonderful. And look at all these homemade signs that they've made. We've got over there.
Lost.
The happy way, this way, somewhere. Oh, I love it.
Dill family, I think you should actually keep this all year round. It could be like a little happy place throughout the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you got next?
We've got Anna with Boomtown.
Oh my gosh.
I like what she's done there. She's got a campsite, Club Tropicana, main drag. And she's actually set up her own Instagram.
Which is very...
At Boomtown. So thank you, Anna. You've been sharing all our content all weekend. We really appreciate it. You're amazing. I'm loving that stop sign at the top as well with this sexy lady.
I'm also loving the detail of holding the toilet roll towards the toilets. You know, very important during the festival.
Actually didn't register that at all. She's got her own new roll, everyone. It's all right. All right, we've got Vicky and her Psy Kitchen.
I was going to say,
Can we play this video?
Can we play this video? Do we have a video this? Oh, yes.
There we go.
Oh wow. My gosh, you UV queen.
This is incredible. She's even got the butterflies that you see in Tribe of Frog as well. Absolutely incredible scenes there. Oh. We've got Mohit. Wow. This is amazing. And he has said this, when he sent this in, he said it was a shout out to the LGBT plus community. He's gone for the rainbow vibes.
I'm here for that. You know I am. I always will be.
Incredible. Loving that.
Oh my gosh. Down to the makeup.
This is incredible.
Oh.
We've got Rosie who has recreated Metropolis in her house. Absolutely incredible. We've got a little video as well.
Metropolis. I was going to say Metropolis. Lucy, are you a secret artist or
Rosie?
Oh, this is Rosie. Sorry.
Wow. Apparently this is all made of recycled materials as well, which is absolutely incredible. Look at all these murals.
Oh my god, you even did Amy. Phenomenal.
And the Christmas lights are from her nan, apparently.
Shout out to Rosie's nan.
Oh my goodness, what a legend.
Get that tequila down, yeah.
Rachel, they've printed their own hometown t-shirts.
Oh, we all have a bit of tie-dye. How long did that take you? If you're here, write in the comments, let us know.
I'm kind of intrigued by your festival friends, though.
Yeah.
And their printed faces. Was this just a mannequin festival? Were there any actual people there? I don't know.
God, that'd be quite creepy, a mannequin festival.
Okay, we've got Rachel. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh!
They're not. Someone just shouted avocados in the studio, but they're actually ducks.
They're ducks, is it?
Very much not avocados.
Yeah.
Yes. Or the famous Boomtown avocados.
Oh my god, this could be a thing.
Very much
the Boomtown avocado.
Boomtown ducks. Amazing. Party in the bathroom. That's where it's at.
Party in the bathroom.
Okay, we've got another Boomtown here. This time from Dan. I think this is a video. There it is. Crystal doorknob. How fancy.
Oh, look at that party.
Oh my god. Oh, the absolute vibes.
You had me at Bejeweled Knob.
There's Sarah on the TV doing D&B
was that D&B
Charleston in the
Charleston?
1920s last night, and these guys vibing to it. That's incredible to see.
Do you know drum and bass was actually a big thing in the 1940s?
1920s.
20s.
Yes. Oh my God, these costumes.
Oh my
gosh. Absolute scenes.
It's a yes from me.
That literally looks like a small venue at Boomtown that you would wander in at like 3 a.m. and be like,
Where am
what
I?
is going on in here?
I'm just here for all the glitter everywhere.
This is incredible.
Yeah, I kind of want to join you. Do you want to do this again tonight?
I'm actually really jealous that we weren't there, to be honest.
Right, next.
Okay, we've got Caroline here. Oh, and a kitty cat. Okay, so this is into the best costumes now, I think.
Oh yeah, so we've seen all the lovely venues. We're going into the costumes.
The costumes. Amazing neon UV vibes.
Also, anyone who's got a cat involved.
I hope that cat's not actually attached to a costume.
Oh yeah, that'd be that's not.
She hasn't hot glued it on. Oh,
Hungry Man.
Wow, this is. Wow, is that a suit? Yeah, that's amazing. Oh.
Who said this? So Hungry Man actually says, calling this a costume might be a bit generous. It's more of a look. I feel it embodies my vibe when I set out to go raving at a festival. I like how the trousers and necklace match with the colours on the Boomtown hat. Oh, so it's more of a concept. It's a conceptual
So
look.
this is a look.
The trousers, jacket, and necklace are all ladies' attire. Proof that if you want to look like a real man, you have to dress like a woman. Do you know what?
Preach.
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 Preach. Preach.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Loving the ethos behind this look as well. And I think that's fine. I think a look still counts as a costume.
Yeah, and exactly. And but the fact that you've brought inclusivity into it, gender does not matter. It's about how you wear it.
Also, I feel like, did someone paint that mural after they'd seen your costume? Because it literally is like exactly matching. It's kind of like you're almost part of it.
What came first?
What came first?
The outfit or the mural?
I don't know. Amazing stuff. Okay, all right. So the moment has come where we are going to announce the winners
of Boomtown 2020 costume and set design. Okay, so first.
Okay, so can we have a drum roll in the office, please?
Drum roll.
First of all, this is the best Boomtown home setup. It goes to Anna and her room town. Oh my goodness, Anna, you have won yourself one adult pass to Boomtown 2021.
This ticket allows access to Roomtown Festival with camping. So, do you know what? Fancy dress is compulsory. So, we know you're going to be amazing at that, to be honest. She made that herself. Oh, that's actually your ticket you made. But this weekend, and you actually win 2 tickets. You don't win 1 adult pass. You win 2 tickets. So we were just reading but you win 2 tickets. Well done, Anna. Incredible. We'll be getting in touch, or you'll be getting in touch with us.
Okay, second drum roll. For the best costume.
I'm going to give you a little clue.
Second drum roll.
She's going to be travelling by train.
Here it is. It's Emily. Oh my goodness.
Emily Barnett.
And her train ticket extraordinaire. Wow. This is possibly, it was our favourite because they won.
Yeah.
But they are absolutely incredibly creative.
From the chicken to the screwdriver to the lemons to the train tickets.
And again, this is another, what came first, the costume or the set? It's absolutely incredible scenes. And all recycled, all sustainable, very, very creative. And we've actually got a couple of photos of her wearing this outfit in its first incarnation at Boomtown, which is a shorter version. So obviously she's had some more train journeys.
Yeah.
And she's been able to extend the skirt.
Dress. Also, I'm very impressed that the dress actually lasted the festival, if it is the same one that's just been...
Yeah, that's very true, actually. Do you think she's glossed it in some kind, coated it in?
She's done a hot glue gun vibe, hasn't she?
Either way, it's absolutely incredible. Well done to our competition winners!
Yay!
All right.
Right, we're just going to shimmy round. You might need to bring the screen back, Mikey.
All right, okay, we're just gearing up in the studio because we're bringing on a very special guest.
Oh, you can see him now. Oh, he's already here.
Way! It's Beans on Toast, everybody!
It's Beans on Toast. I'm just going to move my camera. There you go. Angles.
Okay.
Get those angles, hon.
So, gearing up.
What's the plan?
We're going to talk before the gig.
We're going to have a little chat, yeah. I was just double checking
Can I bring it?
Yeah, the time.
I don't want to look down at you.
That's all right. Yeah, I don't want to.
Oh,
awkwardly
this.
look at you, but I
There you
will.
You can just. I'm gonna bring it over here. Come down. I'll sit here. I'll sit here. I'll face you.
I'm going to be sat behind this TV. That's all right.
Yeah, look at
What
this.
TV is it? Whatever this is. Okay, wonderful. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, my pleasure. I don't know what I'd be at a kind of loss, I think, anyway. Like, there's a sort of a gap in the world.
There's a big
isn't
void,
there?
isn't
A void,
there?
yeah, a void in our hearts and minds. So it's good to kind of come here and tap into it.
Yeah, it feels. It's almost as good as being at the festival.
Definitely, that's a big almost.
Well, you know, I see. Let's not put ourselves down.
No,
I thought this was
but you
so
also
much
set
fun.
your sights quite high as well. But yeah, no, and I'm sure people are having almost as good a time at home.
Yeah,
So-
almost is the operative word these
Yeah.
days, isn't it?
So everyone knows you've been like a Boomtown favourite for a while. We just want to know, like, after
Vintage merch.
Yeah, look at this vintage
that.
merch. Look,
Yeah, not available anymore.
not available anymore.
Not a, yeah.
What has been through the years? I know this is a really hard question, so you can give several. Like a really special or like favourite moment of yours through the year, if there is one.
The gigs. I mean, as much as I love going, watching other people and enjoying Boomtown and all the other stuff it offers, but being on stage at Boomtown is, you know, like always my highlight of the festival. Basically, like there's such a crowd to play to. I mean, it's a really big gig for me. Like more people come to my Boomtown shows than most other shows, so it's easy to judge a crowd on if there's more people, it's better. But it's more than that. It is because it's always on the Sunday. I've always had a great weekend, and I don't know. I just feel really connected with it, and it's always so colourful and just friendly, and it's just like, yeah, you know. And I think since kind of the last few years at Boomtown, like I don't reckon I play one gig. You know, I tour all year round, and I think every gig I'll talk to someone about Boomtown. That's how far. That's kind of how far it sort of like it spreads, if you know what I mean. Because people obviously come from all over for it, and yeah. So it's but yeah, my favourite part of the festival is always, you know, and especially, you know, last year Town Centre, you know, I knew I had, you know, I'd set my sights quite high. I was like, it was, is it going to work here, moving it to a bigger stage? And it, you know, and it did. And in fact, I used the footage from the Town Centre show. I got the footage sent over so I could use it for a video for a song I wrote in lockdown. So in the deepest, darkest lockdown, I was at home re-watching the footage of, you know, like you said about not seeing crowds and whatnot, and re-watching the gig, and it was like really like just quite beautiful. Like it really helped me through that like deepest lockdown, just watching all the crowds and everybody smiling and cheering. I mean, part of me just wanted to, I was going to record the cheer actually and bring it along today. Because
we'll give you a cheer.
Yeah. There's something about doing, because I've done a lot of gigs to camera as well, you know, as the world adapted and changed, and there's something about that hitting the last chord of the song and then being like, cool, okay, and then I guess we'll just do another song, and it's like, not that I live for applause or anything like that, but you know,
Not like
it's
we're
sort
all
of
really needy performers.
yeah.
Love me.
But give it to me.
Yeah. When was your first Boomtown?
2012.
2012. Wow,
Yeah.
so 8 years.
8 years, yeah,
Wow.
and that was in the Hidden Woods, Hidden Hedge, Hidden Woods. The Wandering Word, that was it. Yeah, and I you know, it feels like it was there wasn't
Dulcie was there.
there wasn't many folk bands playing that year. You know,
Right.
and it was, and I didn't even. I was like, is this gonna, you know, is it gonna work? And it was like right in the woods with little sort of bench set out, and I think they had like poetry and stuff during the day. And it was just this weird big turnout, and it was the Sunday 3:00 slot, and people just came in. Like I had a hard time finding the stage, and I was like, well, no one's going to bloody find
Especially
it.
on Sunday.
Miles away, it's on Sundays, and they've hidden it. And loads of people turned up, and it was just like, again, I hadn't been there all weekend. I was, you know, sort of bombing it around, and I just sort of got there, did that. But I left thinking like, wow, you know, next time I'm definitely going to go for the entirety, and sort of realised that it was just sort of like, I don't know, sort of dancing to its own beat, basically. And then, so came back the next year and did the bit in Mayfair, like the bandstand bit.
Oh, yeah.
And again, and it was just like turnout was just more than expected, and it was like, actually was a bit of a problem because people It shut off a street effectively, and it was like no one could get
put a
through or
roadblock
knew what was
out.
really going
Yeah.
on. And it was like, okay, we'll put you at a different stage. And then I sort of found a home at the Old Mines. And again, it'd be the Sunday 3:00 slot every time. And it's just something about it works. I mean, always people, everyone always says to me when I talk about people like, I come to your Boomtown gig and I cried. They always say like, and I think like they're trying to say it's the songs, and I was like, it's nothing to do with the songs. It's your emotional state. That's all it is.
It's because it's
your
Sunday.
emotional state on a Sunday, and I just strum a little gentle G chord, and
Oh God, not the gentle G chord. Oh God.
and
Tears are coming.
that's how I feel it goes down, and that's why. And like now, like from the Sunday 3:00 slot, like that has turned. If any other festivals, you don't really normally get a choice where you're going on, but if it comes up, it's like, what slot do you want to do? It's like, well, I always try and do Sunday at 3.
Sunday at 3.
Yeah,
It's the Beans on
that's the
Toast time.
And look, and it's in 1 minute time.
It is
Oh my God.
Oh! Amazing.
Let me get my guitar.
Amazing. Right on cue. Okay. Nice little segue there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, such timing, people. Well, I guess before you perform, what?
Where can you get this
Yeah.
vintage merch?
Yeah. You can't. You can auction it off on eBay.
You can get your own new merch and wait 8 years.
Oh, true.
There you go.
There you go.
There
A little
you
bit
go.
of lesson in vintage clothing there as well, thrown in for free.
All right, I think it's 3:00. So
Play that.
I felt like you had something else you wanted to say.
I was going to say just before. What was up next? What are you going to do next? Where can people find you next?
I'm playing gigs. After thinking that everything was, summer was off, and then slowly, as the darkness is lifting, like the phone is ringing. So I've got a gig this afternoon in Bristol.
Wow.
2 gigs actually at the full moon
Amazing.
to people in socially distanced park benches of 6. They're
going to be crying over that D chord. Is it a D chord or a G chord?
Wow.
I can do either for you.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
Got a couple of songs that use both.
Well, on that chord, I feel we should pass it on to.
All right, let's hand over.
Great.
Give it
Thanks
up,
very
everybody,
much,
for
guys.
Beans on Toast! Woo woo!
I'm a hugger, I'm a kisser, a high fiver and a handshaker. I'll probably tell you that I love ya before I even had a chance to get to know ya. Touchy-feely, but not in a weird way. I can get comfortable on a busy tube train, and I like treating strangers like they're my best friends. Never had any complaints back then. I've always had a thing for human contact, and I miss that. We're doing fine, man. We're doing well as can be expected. How about yourselves? I'm guessing your work has dried up too. You're all so sad at home, wondering what to do. Now the future ain't nothing but a question mark, and there's time to find out who you really are. You're a hugger, you're a kisser, a high fiver and a handshaker. I really miss ya. I can't wait until I can actually see ya face to face, less than a meter apart. Can't wait for you to tell me who you really are. You've always had a thing for human contact, and I love that. I feel at home in large gatherings of people, pubs, clubs and football matches, gigs and festivals. I made a living trying to bring people together, saying, hug it out, man, it'll make you feel better. Now the future ain't nothing but a waiting game, waiting to find out when we'll meet again. Let it be known when this is over, we're gonna have a giant get together. We'll be hanging from the rafters and we won't be taking anything for granted. I know it might not happen anytime soon, but I need to believe a normality will resume, where it's normal to kiss, normal to hold hands, normal to wrap your arms around your friends. I've always had a thing for human contact, and I miss that. Thank you! Thank you, Boomtown! Well, today feels like a Bob Marley song. I got the afternoon off, there's nothing going on. My head is in the clouds and the sun is in the sky, watching the world go by. And you have to admit that it looks fantastic. There's so many reasons to be optimistic, savoring the moment of just being alive, watching the world go by. But this is not a competition, it isn't a race. I got a spring in my step and a smile on my face, a head full of hopes and a handful of dreams, a heart so full that it's bursting at the seams, and I'm watching the world go by. I might drink a little wine, I might smoke a little weed, go down to the river and see where it leads. There's no such thing as killing time, or watching the world go by. And it feels so good just to unplug. You know, sometimes it's best to just turn that shit up. I marvel at the movement of a butterfly, or watching the world go by. But this is not a competition, it isn't a race. I got a spring in my step and a smile on my face, a head full of hopes and a handful of dreams, a heart so full that it's bursting at the seams, and I'm watching the world go by. But this is not a competition, it isn't a race. I got a spring in my step and a smile on my face, a head full of hopes and a handful of dreams, a heart so full that it's bursting at the seams, and I'm watching the world go by. Thank you very much. Next song I'm going to sing is one of my many songs that actually mentions Boomtown. It's a song called War on War. I'm not sure if you heard my last album. Some of that shit was true. Am I supposed to be censoring myself as well? Okay. Little rewind. I'm not sure if I heard my first album. Some of that shit was true. I given up smoking cigarettes and stopped taking cocaine too. And I don't do MDMA no more, but I do still sing that song. I don't regret all the times that I did, and I did have a lot of fun. And the war on drugs ain't a war worth fighting. What about a war on misunderstanding? What about a war on stupid politicians? What about a war on organised religion? What about a war on war? What about a moment of peace? What about we don't even have a bloody war? We just spark up this spliff. Hey! Well, we're always told to remember and never forget about World War I and World War II and all the tragedy and death that came with that. We teach it in our classrooms and we embed it in our minds as if it was an achievement for humankind. Well, what if we teach something different? Or what if we talk of the times when humans succeeded in living together without going out of their minds? And what if we teach about hope and a blind generosity, understanding that everyone's in it together and everyone's got the same needs? Take the boombox out of Boomtown, put it on the Gaza Strip. I get my mate Mike to DJ it and drop some heavy shit. And maybe just maybe, everyone will come and dance. I'll pass a couple of pills around and they might even forget about the past. Well, that sounds like a fucking stupid, ignorant idea. If anybody out has got a better one, baby, I'm all ears. And the war on drugs ain't a war worth fighting. What about a war on misunderstanding? What about a war on stupid politicians? What about a war on organised religion? What about a war on war? What about a moment of peace? What about we don't even have a bloody war? We just spark up this spliff. Hey! Thank you! I hope everybody's enjoying themselves at home. I've actually got a song about spending a Sunday afternoon at home. So, this one's for you. Oh, and the chorus there. It's a love song. It's called I'm Home When You Hold Me. Baby, 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 when are you coming home? I'm just laying on the sofa, watching Netflix on my own, and I miss you really badly, which is strange because you've only been gone for 10 minutes. You just nipped out to the shops, and I changed my mind the minute that you walked out of the door. Now I wish that I did come with you down to the local spa where you're loading up the basket for the both of us. I'm a-lazing round the flat in my boxer shorts, but when we both get a Sunday at home, my love, it's the best day for the both of us. I know I've been away a lot this year, just promise me you understand that my home is here. I don't mean in this flat or on this sofa. I'm home when I hold ya. We could move out to the suburbs and have a couple of kids, find somewhere safe to raise them up, preferably by the beach. 'Cause I know you love the ocean, baby, I know you love the sea. You know that I love you, and I know you love me, and with that we can do whatever we want. The future is an oyster, you're the Tabasco sauce. With a little bit of luck and a little squeeze of lemon, we can enjoy the adventures of our whole lives together. And when we both get a Sunday at home, my love, it's the best day for the both of us. I know I've been away a lot this year, just promise me you understand that my home is here. I don't mean in this city or this country. I'm home when you hold me. I'm home when you hold me. I have to say, I've tried not to be kind of shoulda, woulda, coulda about everything that's happened this year, but when I'm playing this, I'm sort of also imagining the Sliding Doors film. And it's like another world where I could actually be on stage right at this moment. But here we are. And further proof that the world has gone mad this year is that an old song of mine, a song about the hospital where my daughter was born, has been picked up by Radio 2 and Radio 4. I mean, if the world's not gone mad, you know the world's gone mad when they're playing Beans on Toast on Radio 4. I mean, not that was ever something, an acclaim that I was sort of looking for. I was just surprised when it come through. And it's, like I said, it's a song about a hospital in East London. It's called Here at Homerton Hospital. Steve is from Basildon. He's a hospital porter. He starts a shift in the middle of the night. He rides into work on a motorbike. He doesn't talk much to the patients. but he gets them where they need to go. He gets on with all of his colleagues though, like that surgeon in the Templar ward who always says hello. But that surgeon is called Dan. He grew up in Gloucester. Ever since he was young, just wanted to help everyone. He was destined to be a doctor, but he met his girlfriend Rena here at work. She's a physio, and she was born in Egypt, in a small town south of Cairo. She came to England as a teen with a busted knee, and when they fixed her up for free, she knew exactly what she wanted to be. So she learned the language and the bones and the muscles, and studied real hard for the qualifications, and not long ago got her first placement here at Homerton Hospital. She eats her lunch with Jill from reception. Jill comes from Swindon via Jamaica. She's a Rastafarian. She works the desk at A&E, and you won't believe the things that she's seen, or the respect that she has for her team. Well, there's a paramedic from Portugal, a pharmacist from Senegal, a security guard from the Isle of Man, and a pediatrician from Pakistan. Faces from different places, religions and races, all working together under one roof. So many walks of life and background stories, all coming together for the sick and the poorly. Someone's operating and someone's giving birth. Someone's holding someone else's hand when they pass. They'll stitch you back together and they'll heal the wounds. It won't cost you anything at all here at Homerton Hospital. There's an Orthodox Jew with Australian flu getting his blood pressure checked by a girl from Bangladesh. There's a kid from the estate, got himself into a state, and now a Polish nurse put his arm into a cast. And poor Uncle Terry slipped into a coma, now he's being looked after by Nula from Rwanda. And everyone makes jokes about the hospital food, but to tell you the truth, it's actually pretty good, and that's down to the chef who comes from Marrakesh, makes a killer shepherd's pie and feeds hundreds of patients every single night. Faces from different places, religions and races, all working together under one roof. So many walks of life and background stories, all coming together for the sick and the poorly. Someone's operating and someone's giving birth. Someone's holding someone else's hand when they pass. They'll stitch you back together and they'll heal the wounds. It won't cost you anything at all here at Homerton Hospital. So if you worry how the world might work while being multicultural, come and pay a visit to Homerton Hospital. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will actually sing a song about my daughter now. That song comes off an album that I released a few years ago that was pretty much all about my daughter and becoming a dad. And after that, I promised myself, I was like, I'm not gonna keep on writing songs about her because it's not fair to someone to have their whole life dictated in song. And it's impossible. It's impossible, basically. So this is another song written about my daughter. And this is a song about listening to music with my daughter. And just for that, I'm going to dedicate it to Captain, who listens to more music than anybody in the whole world ever, I think. And the wonderful things that you see at Boomtown are because of that hard work. So Yeah, here's to listening to music. It's a song called The Album of the Day. Oh, when I'm lucky enough to have my daughter for the day with no commitments getting in the way. It might start with a trampoline, followed by sandwiches, and we'll run home, read a couple of books, and lay down for a little snooze, 'cause we don't need anybody getting in a mood. We got big plans this afternoon. You're the chorus of my song, the apple of my eye, the page in my book, and the moon in my sky. You know I wouldn't want it any other way than dancing with you to the album of the day. 'Cause that afternoon I put an hour aside. It's musical education time. We put a classic album on and we listen to it back to front, or front to back, you know what I mean. The whole thing in its entirety. There'll be no rewind, no fast forward, exactly as its creator intended it. You're the apple of the song, the couple of my eye, the page in my book, and the moon in my sky. You know I wouldn't want it any other way than dancing with you to the album of the day. We started with the White Album, Graceland by Paul Simon, Exodus, Bob Marley, 9 to 5, Dolly Parton, Closing Time, Blonde on Blonde, Odelay, Brothers in Arms, music for a jilted generation, Aretha Now, and London Calling. We try to avoid greatest hits because the real world comes with album tracks, hoping that something's seeping in and that the wonderful music is doing its thing. Oh, you're the chorus of my song, the apple of my eye, the page in my book, and the moon in my sky. You know I wouldn't want it any other way than dancing with you to the album of the day. Thank you. Thank you, Boomtown. Still time for a few more, I believe. I met a pretty girl at a festival with a bag of MDMA. We both took a great big dab and went to greet the day. Now I warn you, this shit tastes foul when you put it in your gob. She tried to swallow all of it. It'll knock your fucking socks off. So the two of us were wired and the festival's in flow. We wandered round and watched some bands, smiling as we go. As the day turns into nighttime, a fire's being lit. We dance to an unknown DJ and sneak a little kiss. Well, being drunk can make a girl seem prettier than she is. I'm not the only one who's made mistakes when I was pissed, and trying to work out right from wrong on ecstasy is tough. But it's MDM amazing, and I feel like I'm in love. And with the night comes brand new friends everywhere we go, and we're sitting round campfires, people we don't know, and every time we move along we have another dab. I'm gurning my face off, but I'm really, really glad. We're cuddling and kissing, we're talking like a team, dancing so intensely for life and love and dreams. As the moon watches the sunrise, it opens up the day. We just open up the rap for more MDMA. Well, being drunk can make a girl seem prettier than she is. I'm not the only one who's made mistakes when I was pissed, and trying to work out right from wrong on ecstasy is tough. But it's MDM amazing, and I feel like I'm in love. And then I woke beneath a tree in the pissing down of rain. The pretty girl had disappeared with her MDMA, and the festival was over 'cause everything was closed. There's just abandoned tents here now, and people going home. Well, I miss my lift to London, my money's all been spunked. I've even lost my mobile phone, I think I'm fucked. And then from out of nowhere, bounding across the field, smiling like a summer's day, comes my pretty girl. But she bought a cup of tea for me, She kisses me on the lips, and then she whispers in my ear, she's bought some liquid acid. Thank you! Thank you kindly. The next song is was actually written for Boomtown as part of their Take Your Shit Home With You campaign. I think it actually had a different campaign. But of all of the many things that they did to try and stop you idiots leaving your stuff behind, and if you are leaving stuff behind, I think you are an idiot. But I guess they did loads of stuff that I won't try and tread on anybody's toes, but I'm sure they can explain it to you better. But the long list at the bottom of that list was ask Beans to write a song about it. And they came to me and they was like, we're trying to combat people, leaving stuff behind after the festival. Can you write a song about it? And I always love it when people kind of, coming up with something to write a song about is effectively my job. So it's good when other people do your job for you, especially with such an easy thing to write a song about. So I said, yes, I could do that. And I wrote this song called Take Your Shit Home With You. I think originally it was called Please Take Your Shit Home With You. Somewhere along the line the please got dropped. I don't know why. Well, I trust that you had a good weekend, the kind of one that you'd want to have again, full of friends, packed with adventures, peppered with a few life-changing moments. The place looked sick, the Antwood smashed it, almost like we were on another planet. So much love and attention to detail. Don't you wish the world was more like a festival? You had your own spot there in the middle, a handful of tents, home for the weekend. All the little circles make a big city. Felt lucky to be part of such a great party. You wonder how long it took to raise this city from the ground, and who's gonna take it all down. And then you wake up left with a folding chair, the remnants of a crate of beer, a 30 quid Argos pop-up tent. You're not sure if you're ever gonna need it again, and you're coming down, man, fucking hanging. The walk to the car park feels like a long one. You have to admit it crossed your mind to leave all of your stuff behind. Just stand up and walk away. Well, my friend, this is not okay, and deep down you know that you should take your shit home with you. Sometimes gets a cheer. I think this song got me a few festival bookings as well. Well, the world's in a real bad place at the moment. Human beings are destroying the planet. The leaders of the world can no longer be trusted. They rely on other people to pick up their rubbish. So it's down to us to write the future. Every single one of us, all individuals. If you want the world to be more like a festival, festivals are gonna have to lead by example. At least that's what I think he said. Talking to me late last night when you were off your head, and then you wake up and the campsite's minging, 3 or 4 bin liners all overflowing. It would take forever to clear it up, and your next door neighbour hasn't taken her stuff. This place don't feel like the end of a party. It looks like a war or a fucking tsunami. You're thinking maybe you'll slope off, hope someone else will clear it up. And yeah, you really want to be environmentally friendly, but didn't someone say they collect up all the tins, give them to charity? Stop lying to yourself, man. You know that's not true. And please, take your shit home with you. 'Cause if I got my facts correct, 20,000 tents were left abandoned at Boomtown last year, and it's about a third of the people there. It pulls the rug from underneath all of its wonderfulness. What hope do we have as humans if we can't clean our own back garden? So if anybody out there's feeling bold, first let's save the festival, and then let's save the world. You can be who you want to be, do what you want to do, but please, 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 take your shit home with you. I guess for the lost chapter, I will be encouraging you to do the washing up. You lazy gits. Come on, it's piling up. I know you've been decorating your rooms and stuff, but think about your kitchens. Tidy house, tidy mind. Right, thanks for having me, Boomtown. Thanks for the lost chapter. Thanks for having me, everybody. I'm going to sing one more song. This song last year on the town centre. I had 2 gigs at Boomtown last year. I played at Kids Town in the afternoon, and I kind of created the Kids Town Choir. Hopefully you're out there still, kids. And kind of taught them the words to this new song, and pulled them out. They was a bit worried they didn't know the words, and I was like, trust me, get a bunch of kids trying to sing on stage, you can't go wrong, really. And I like to think it was a storming success. So hopefully the Kids Town Kids Choir are watching at home as well, and they can sing along at home if they want. I've been Beans on Toast. This is a song called On and On, and then I'll pass you back to your wonderful hosts for the day. So Donald is the king and Boris is the queen. It's almost like we're living in a world of make-believe. A double dose of dopamine on the daily diet. The politics are toxic. The country is divided by crippling austerity and deregulation, paving a path to privatization and to chlorinated chicken and weaponized 5G frequencies. It's profit over people. It's profit over everything that's causing global warming. It's now impossible to deny. There's a storm brewing, darling, and there's nowhere to hide. And every time the world needs saving, there's a nappy that needs changing. I got some bills that need paying. I'm just gonna keep on singing because life goes on. And on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. And I take a step back, try to see things differently, cause there's also an opinion that in fact we're doing brilliantly. There's never been a safer time to be a human being. There's less war now than ever before, less disease and less famine. Obesity claims more lives than starvation. More people die of old age than from lack of medication. It's quite telling of the times. It's never been like this before. More people take their own lives now and die in wars. And obviously the world keeps changing, and different battles keep a-raging. My tomatoes need watering. I'm just gonna keep on singing because life goes on. And on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. And there's children marching in the streets. They give me hope. They strike off school on Fridays cause they can see through the joke, and the system doesn't serve them. It's gambling their future, so they'll take it in their own hands and they'll start a revolution. And I will stand beside them, try to do my bit, help a 16-year-old girl kill the oil industry, cause I believe the world's worth saving. And I hope that if we keep on learning, then we can stop the world from burning. And we can keep on singing because life goes on. And on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. Yeah, life is ridiculous. It's also hilarious. It can be dangerous and sometimes even tedious, but it is resilience and it is beautiful, and I believe in it. Long may it continue because life goes on. And on and on and on and on and on. Life goes on. Boomtown! It went well!
for Beans on Toast. So thank you so much for
My
coming
pleasure.
in.
I'm zipping up.
Absolutely legendary. So happy. So happy that we could still have our 3 p.m. Beans on Toast slot. What an amazing, amazing treat.
Oh my God, that was absolutely beautiful.
I did shed a little tear, actually.
It's like,
it was the G chord.
it was every chord you played. It's actually really sweet because as you play Life Goes On, a guy called Tom was actually wearing Life Goes On t-shirt. And Debbie actually had her expensive art thing. Your lovely, what do you call it? Canvas. That's what the word I was thinking of. I was like, what is this thing you call a canvas? So shout out to Debbie and Tom. They're sending their love to you as well.
Yeah, there's some amazing comments in the chat. We're looking on Woov here. If you're not on Woov, that's where the chat is at. We've got Ricky who's saying, I normally have around 5 must-see acts every year, and Beans is always one of them. And then we've got Claire saying, giving you rounds of applause alone in my kitchen.
Oh.
So there you go. Thank you, Claire. We felt the love from here. And we've got Cliff who's saying, seen him live in Glasgow last year. I'm turning into a fanboy at age 48.
Yeah.
And then Ricky commented below that, never too old to fanboy. Very true, very
it's
true.
So true. You just got a lot of love here, Beans. Like so much. I'm going to screenshot it.
Someone said, they're saying, yes, feeding the performer.
More.
People saying he's done some amazing live stream sets over the last few months, which is very true. And then such a nice bloke too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely true. He's got awesome t-shirts and vinyl. So many nice comments.
They're saying it wouldn't be a Boomtown Sunday without Jay. Yeah.
That was being saying that we might as well just sort the contract for him for the next 10 years. Just while we're here, just sign it off now. Great, that was amazing. What a Sunday treat.
That was such a lovely Sunday treat.
I'm feeling really heart-warmed now.
Yeah.
Glowy inside.
I'm actually like, someone actually mentioned the look.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
we're just.
This is Mike. I wish I could show you Mikey.
We've just been told our segue there.
There he is.
It's just saying that well, actually no, because that would be cooling down the warm fuzzy glow. So
everyone wants to be by the Lotus campfire. They'll be floating.
Basically, you probably have no idea what we're on about now.
No, we are wombling. Oh, what did I just think? We're womping.
No, it doesn't sound too good, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Basically, what we were trying to get at is that next up we've got Mr. Whompy.
Yeah.
And maybe we could all do with an ice cream on Sunday afternoon.
So you've had your beans and toast. Time for ice cream.
It's time for dessert.
And remember, what's the message? Clean up your shit.
Clean up your damn shit.
Because that's what we do here.
Yes, okay, so a little bit earlier than planned, but we are going to go straight into Mr. Whompy. It's the Born on Road crew bringing you Sunday vibes. It's a full hour-and-a-half set.
Yeah.
So it's a real treat. You can really get into it.
Yeah.
Get into it. Get your ice creams out the freezer. Get your choc ices out, your flakes.
I was going to do this too because it's quite a fun thing to do in the camera. But
your flakes. Get your flakes out.
So on that note,
let's
ready?
stop flaking out.
Sorry. Yeah, we've got the jokes have run out.
Let's just play it. Play it. It's Mr. Whompy and Born on Road.
Yeah. As we enter, sounds of the Born on Road Massive. Touchdown in Bristol town today. For the Boomtown Massive with love. On the Mr. Whompy today, we're setting scenes. Enter Kelvin, let's go.
Even though the clash is won, don't worry cause the night is young. Who cares who you know? It's all about Born on Road. So on, hold the sunlight back.
Yeah.
Cause we want
Easy Boomtown wherever you're listening worldwide. Let's go. Running through with that don't play style, that don't play flavor. Easy. My name is God, the man I'll be taking you through for the next 9 minutes. Yeah, G. Running with that new flavor. Hey.
You got to get
Live and direct with sunny Bristol with love. Touchdown. Coming in, I'll pick up the vibe today. Brother man, we ran the way for jungle music all the way. Hey, every day, we living the record of the way I hit in my play. Hey, hey, hey. What we telling them? Giving everything the roll on. Come deliver the culture. The way that I realize like, hold up. Give us something in the roll up. From the way I deliver this one stop. Get giggling with me, the go nut. Easy selector J, man, we go. Rolling with the finest. It's the Barnum Road. Hold tight on my Boomtown posse and crew. Yeah, G. Family business. Touchdown in the Boomtown, Boomtown.
We gonna kill them tonight.
G.
Barnum Road, I kill them tonight. We gonna kill them.
Dub plate style.
We gonna kill some tonight. Barnum Road, I kill us somewhere tonight. Barnum Road, I kill another jump on tonight. We gonna murder some tonight. Barnum Road, I kill a some boy tonight. Barnum Road, I kill another zinc band tonight. We gonna kill us some tonight. Barnum Road, I kill a some boy tonight.
Come on. What we saying, Jay? Fresh haircut business. Steve. All my days. Jeez. Big Sewi, bad Sewi, big Sewi, bad Sewi. Big Sewi, bad Sewi, get it now, rep it now. Big Sewi, bad Sewi, Barnum Road. Mr. Whompy looking super sexy in the sunshine today. Icy. Creme de la creme. Ice cold.
Oh, everybody dancing. People keep on saying, Barnum Road, them a killer tonight. Everybody dancing and the people keep on saying, some boy have no dinner tonight. The place playing in a song clash tonight. We gonna murder some tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Barnum Road, a murder zinc pan tonight.
This is the rhythm of the
Yeah, G. Deliverer, who's listening, listen up. Who's slipping and missing us, cause we don't really give a fuck. It's the agony, biggity, wild flow. From the cities that's local, so obviously you don't know. It's Boomtown, it's Bristol. We get them skanky vibes in. All the man of vibes in. To the vibrant tracks of diamond. To the vibrant and exciting. Tonight's a night that I'm performing live. I'm making live and get a chance to get a chance to. Whoa! We roll. represent on the show. Okay. It's that dub pack business. Absolutely classic shit for the Aries. Dub pack flavor representing. I better see you leaving, and I'm begging you don't go. One of another sign and kill it, and I call them on a road. Jeez! And I'm begging to see you leaving, and I'm begging you don't go. Representing. Tell them already, we are tell them again. Switch. Representing live at the event from Sunshine, Bristol City today. On the way down in the Boomtown. Show them how we do it. Kelvin 373, what we saying, brother? Not rapping. No funny business, my brother. Outside with a massive and crew. Outside the L side. Traveling for miles and I've got more to go. Man, I was destined for this life, man, I was born on road. Another night into the lights, another show to blow. Want to show us on the blow, let's take it till it's time to go. Nice and easy, let's get into it. Locked into the rhythm, make it intimate. Drunk in if you feel it, make it intersect. Till on the road, man, I represent. Born on road, break your neck.
In my mind, you try to hide.
We have to break it down just like that. Switching up the vibe, switching up the flavor totally.
I cannot get away.
Love to see it.
Slipping through my memory.
Yeah, yeah.
Slipping through my memory.
The Boomtown memories. Vibes. Yeah,
yeah. In my soul.
Okay.
Running all night long. Yeah. Feeling in control. Yeah. Running out. Yeah. Feeling in my soul. Yeah. Running all night long. Yeah. Feeling in control.
What's this, Calvin? Okay.
homegrown. Yo.
It's mine, it's mine, it's mine.
Grown.
Easy selector J man.
Yo.
In the baby there. Melbourne 373, we say we there. Easy air freeze, anywhere we there. God the man alongside, always be there.
Yo.
Gee.
It's homegrown. Yo. It's home.
Special request to the Boomtown massive crew.
Yo. It's homegrown.
Mash it up, my brother.
Yo. It's homegrown.
Them bad like me. Y'all them give a kiss or no? Yeah, hear me? Zaga. So.
Born and rolled always rolling with that mad dubplate style, dubplate flavor.
Oh, na, 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 na.
What's this?
Whoa, no, 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 no.
Yeah, G.
Sim Simma, Banana Road,
The sound killer, hey.
Oh my, Mr. Skull Crusher, one of your nine, the rum fish at punk in a rush. Boss
Hey,
rusted
hey,
terrors.
hey.
Oh my, Mr. Skull Crusher, one of your nine, the rum fish mascot. Sim Simma, Banana Road, the sound killer. Oh my.
Okay. Easy lack. Big up my brother.
Banana Road.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to them pussy all that.
Old time lack and Chris and all the crew, you know what I mean?
Oh, nah,
All Bristol Wampy family, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Nothing but love for the Born and Roll posse.
Sim Simma, Banana Road, a sound killer. Oh my, Mr. Skull Crusher, and I your nine, the rum fish at punk in a rod. Boss me rusted terrors, but oh my, Mr. Skull Crusher, and I your nine, the rum fish mascot. Sim Simma, Banana Road, a sound killer. Oh my, Mr. Skull Crusher, and I your nine,
Hey, feeling good, you feel this feeling, fulfilling the fault. Dancing and singing and drinking and mingling. Remember, I wonder one ceiling, you're getting down with the feelings for whoa. Doesn't matter where you're from, or you're living, whether it's local or distant, because we're easy to get with it. Just take a minute of your time. Thinking, boy, come on, the ride, and face the time, come on, this weekend, yeah.
Sometimes I feel like throw my hands up in the air.
Stick it down.
I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you've got the love I need to see me through. 'Cause you got the love.
Who's got that?
You got the love.
Boomtown got
you
that.
got the love.
Nothing but love.
You got the love. You got the love. You got the love. 'Cause you got the love. You got the love. You got the love.
Sunshine vibes, straight in the Boomtown with love. Oh my days. got that love, you got that love.
Sunshine. Folks get proud of the sunshine.
Then everybody loves the sunshine.
Feel what I feel,
what I feel, yeah, I feel it.
what I do,
what I do, what I do, what I do, what I do. What I do it. Hey, Aries, bubbling, vibe. Okay. My life, been the sunshine. Feel what I feel, what I feel, what I feel, what I feel. Big say we bad, say we born on road. Big say we bad like that. Big say we bad, say we born on road. Big say we get like that. So there's a party in session. If you want the vibe, the born and road is gonna make one. So there's a party in session. You know the
biggest baddest tune.
So I.
say what I say. We don't play on at all. This is arrow. Point it out like an arrow. I told you. Show.
Yep.
Tell them this wasn't the one place that I am. Oi. Them a come I
Junior.
The script and them never get the right up. Tell them straight down the whole place they light up. And this the whole place they light up. Who a fool them out? Them a come hype up. Them no read the script and them never get the right up. Right up. All the snipers, we a go snipe them. Fool, come and run up them out and them a hype them. Well, it's your choice. Do what you like then. Full of you go follow the goal of your hype them. But they don't come. Definitely find me.
Can't see me face, full of club. Can't see me face, full of club.
Can't see me face, balaclava. Them can't see me face, balaclava. Them can't see me face, balaclava. 1-4 face. Balaclava, them can't see me face. Balaclava, say what them call me.
Tarantula.
In the blue light, leg on the line. Walk with the fool.
Selector.
Police one search, never once find. And me get away, all of the time. Face cover up, like a ninja. I greatness, not a ninja. Real ragamuffin, in a the area. When me come and dance, style and lean. Can't see me face.
Balaclava.
Them can't see me face.
Balaclava.
Them can't see me face.
Balaclava.
1 4 and a 9 just up in a car.
Oh my God. If ever ring the alarm. My baby, my missing baby, my God. Open the blue and see what I want. If I make some calls, man, we'll see what I want. Nah, them man, they don't know what I want. This is the big thing that's under the arm. Put the back onto the beef, onto the arms. Man, I got bare teeth and fire arm.
Roll with it. Select the J, man. We come with it. Come with it. How am I say me yabba? 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 Party feeling. Party feeling. I'm in a naughty mood. Gonna man your body party kingpin. Hey, hey, come let's all get loose. And if you ever run down in the building, God no man approve. Whenever I have an building, you know the sound is boom, 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 boom. Sit them down to the shabba. Up, got the maximum swagger. On the rap, on double class to the fan every standard. And I'm dealing with an actual pack for the bangers. Hey, everyone telling me stop it. Coming over, tell them gun and pop and reload it. Kind of feeling when I'm reading this signature moment. If we feel it, they were feeling a piece of the showman. Rolling.
Babylon, come and tell me that no right. Me say me bun it and pass it on the right. Me say them coming and them look and down the dread. Them say, hey, naughty dreadlocks, where you come from? You must have two stickers sensi under your tongue. Me say, no, officer Lord, you must be mad. He only smokes cigarette and smoke that. Oh, whoa, see,
Easy. Crazy. Kelvin 373. I am me.
Because they get them over east and then I start jump up. And them over west and then I start jump up. And them a over north and then I start jump up. And on the road I met them a jump up. Follow me now, they jump up. Or they jump up, or they jump up. Or they jump up, follow me now, they jump up. Or they jump up, or they jump up. On the road I met the crowd jump up. Now me come to the place, something up the mic and the whole place smash up. Like I'm up in this youth, I know it too dangerous. But if I so rap with this, I'm on them back time boss. Cause them come last and I we come first. In a year one class when them run come eight up. Tell them my son now you will serious.
The 458 Ferrari, I'm parking on the lawn. I let her leave my tongue. Should blow up, blow up, blow up.
Man got the food past security. There's a little for you and a little for me. Popping at the dance like a celebrity. There's a little for you and a little for me. There's a little for you and a little for me.
Selected J, man. So we not play, man. Brand new music. Steez. Come check it. J, man, born and Robbie repping.
Got past the banter, I feel like the dawn. Now I'm here in the dub club with the gentleman. She took the words from the tip of my tongue. Do you wanna link the next man and then keep on fun? I roll through with J-Man and you know the vibes. When I link with my guys, I'm about that life. Baby, let me finish on my drink and fly. She passed me that thing from my left hand side. Say what you doing later, I got my place after. Tonight we're all night dancing, try to do it like the mayor. I'm up for misbehaving, you came to play your wild card. We're here for one night only. Then I said a little for you, a little for me. Headed it on, celebrity, security don't sit up under me. You can only go one night with a G. A little for you, a little for me. Headed it on, celebrity. Come on, baby, you get it with me. You can only spend one night with a G.
Man got the food for security. There's a little for you and a little for me. Popping at the dance like a celebrity. There's a little for you and a little for me. You know how we do. There's a little for you and a little for me.
Who's shooting? Too dangerous. Love to see it. Boy. Good vibe, vibration. Vibe, vibration.
Massive and crew, we love to see it. Wherever you're listening.
Push up your light and the ear. Tell them the original Earthman is here. Tell your friend them. Push up your light and the ear. The original ganja man we gon' smear. Push up your light and the ear. Tell them the original Earthman is here. Tell your friend them. Push up your light and the ear. The original ganja man we gon' smear. Push up your light and the.
Okay. Push up your lights and out of here. But I'm be giving the fire and the fear.
Push up your light and out of. Push up your light and out of. Push up your light and out of. Push up your light and out of.
Dixie love to see. Touchdown in the Boomtown today by Mr. Whompy. It's Barnum Road. Aries Kelvin 373 selected J-Man, your bud. Touching down for the Massive and crew in Sunshine City of Bristol. All love.
Mr. Wampy crew. All ganja woman. When we all come together and we all live as one ganja needed of the nation. When we sing again.
Okay. All ganja man. What we tell them say all ganja woman. So when we all come together and united as one and ganja is the nation. What we tell them say. Really give you to this feeling for feeling full. Remember one that wants
sound champion, sound the female, not partial. I come to love and peace and not war. What you say? Yeah.
When I Boomtown boom blessed up. Too juicy with my fountain of Havana. Get loosey, can I stand a car? We speak a truth and reproduce it. Banger after banger. Boss lyrics, we get into trouble, stop it. Not rhythms, wait a minute, double drop it. One critics, we ain't listening to nothing. Cause the gun talking so boring, it's just takes a comment. Sending out a positive message. We are far from aggressive. We are fronted up blessing. We open arms, we let in. Chance in this setting, we don't want arms. You know what qualms, we drop bombs and now they gone. Pull up a man and acting like the two shooting. Man and over stick to his room.
When we all come together and we all live like one caca and Johnny in the end of the nation.
No, say it's blessed. So when I raise my trigger finger, rod the man and hit the deck. How you know say it's blessed? So when I raise my trigger finger, rod the man and hit the deck. How you know say it's blessed? So when I raise my trigger finger, rod the man and hit the deck. Born about to tell him, man, we show them we're the best. Born about to tell him, man, we tell him that it's blessed. Share all my rough and rugged crew, wherever you listen worldwide. It's just Mr. Whompy and Boomtown. Go! Ryder Shafiq, family business. Brand new selector J-Man.
Heavyweight, no play, make them kill them on one.
pet with a chip, no soda with no powder. Wanna better respect the elder entertainer. When a nurse on a pet with a chip, no soda with no powder. All of the foundation said respect for. When a nurse on a pet with a chip, no soda with no powder. Wanna better respect the elder entertainer. Some little entertainer, what is the matter with them? Them do a one song which is better but top 10 nothing no.
Sound like this. Legendary business, partner road setting. Absolute vibes in the sunshine today on Mr. Whompy. Vibes like this, you know. Boomtown, we love you like that. It's the Born on Road family representing today.
Like a soul without a mind, in a body without a heart. I'm missing every part. Like a soul without a mind.
Oh yeah.
In a body without a heart.
Like that.
I'm missing every part.
It's that Bristol flavor. My rugged. It's a party next door, but the dance floor full of dubbing. This one's going out to all my ladies who love it. For the man them, for these yankers drinking cancer, they're stumbling a vote. For the engineer, just tell them what's coming. Cause you understand system humming, pumping and thumping. Me turning up with this something, man, if you're pumping this song, then it's over and alright, one love, let's go.
Come and hold your head and cry.
Hold your hand up high.
Cause the sun had been shut down in the street and
died. Touch the sky.
Come and hold your head and cry.
Yeah, G.
Cause the sun had been shut down in the street and died.
I keep on moving with the
Keys come the man call. Dennis Emmanuel Brown. Crown Prince of Reggae, you know.
This world's world mine.
Wherever you're listening worldwide, touchdown with the Born and Roll family with love. All my days. Select, 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 select. Yeah, man. And you know, say we don't play, man. Good time, good time. Vibes in that. Sunshine in that. One slip, couple Guinness, couple in that. One more time. You get me? A long time to accommodate how much I fight. Said yes to the good life, but to switch it on for them one time. Here for the good music and the good time. Still man, I've been back from long time. Still man, I jump on that long flight. I'm good, you good, yeah, alright. One piece of the dance was good. Make good vibes when I get to the shows. When I get loose tonight, you should. Guys, when they got options. So they wanna get that good, good, good. Yo, I'm good, you good, yeah, good. But I'm made for a good time. No, not a long time, and on the crack say boom, 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 boom. God, the man is here for a good time, not a long time, you get me? Easy. Come on. Good time, good time, good time. And again, and again. Gotta make from a good time, not a long time. So accommodate on my trap vibe. Say yes to the good life, but to switch it up for it one time. Here for the good music and a good time. Still man, I've been back from long time. Come on that long flight. Good you could get alright. See to the dance was good. Take the vibes when I get to the show. So wanna get loose tonight, you should. Oh shit, said I wanna get that good, good. But I'm good, you good, get good. But I'm in for a good time, not a long time. I know the crowd say boop, 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 boop.
Zaga daga dang dang. Stepping at the dance with the mic in my hand. Yo, me move swift like the gingerbread man. See if you can catch me, try and catch me if you can. Them can't keep up, said they can't understand. When we switch the trip, trying to make on walk speed. Them boy too slow, them can't keep up with me. Them boy them slow like a damn centipede. They 9 on me level, they 9 on me league. Saga down too, and the boy just leave them black and blue. You don't know what's what, so they know who's who. Try to disrespect me, boy, you get slow. Take my advice, said you better just cool. Don't get me mad, don't make me draw for the tour. 10 out of 10 guarantees that you will lose. Leave them parrots as better than Zaga daga danga. Zaga daga danga. Zaga daga danga. Zaga daga danga.
Bad boy business.
Zaga daga danga.
Yeah, G.
Zaga daga danga.
Zaga daga dang dang.
Zaga daga danga.
Zaga daga dang dang.
Zaga daga danga. Zaga daga dang dang. 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 There's no chink in on me armor. Them no want no drama. Swim with the big fish, but you like piranha. Flows them heavy, yo, them burn like lava. Rush anywhere, we say we burn them farmer. 7 days a week, we say we pray to the Father. Rest of the lamb show the head
it's the 373. Step it. So it's the 373. No, we don't take you on a bus journey. Let's go.
Wicked, more than what massive. Wicked, UK massive. Wicked, more than what massive. This is the vision wicked. Everybody representing the road. Wicked, UK massive. Wicked. Hey, wicked. Well, big up. How the original jungle is massive.
Yeah.
Big up Selector J-Man. Big up Kelvin 373. Big up Aries. Large up Gordons.
All right.
Special request of Steves. How we go? Bim. This are the incredible born and road. So let's look at how we got the code. Incredible born and road. Select. Yo, born and road again has been there like a winner meal. You don't feed them, but born and road got the skill. Dance, as a let's road find the bill. From them keep born and road, them team get fulfilled. Pass and win them on the pass and win them on the pole and win no chill. I don't win no start a winner over the hill. Who do I got this? Born and road somewhere. Who do must be ill? From a test born and road, go right your will. Booyaka, come now. Booyaka, out of mercy. Booyaka, yeah, out of mercy. Booyaka, come to them, J-Man. So what? Booyaka, when the born and road a pass. Booyaka, born and road run the dance. Booyaka, we don't take one no time.
What we got for them, Kelvin? Let's go.
Anytime you come on the dance now, anytime you walk down the street now, don't really matter where you go now. Oh yeah, anytime you come on the dance now, anytime you walk down the street now. man, it's fresher than the morning snow. With the
Bomber clock wrong with it. Wrong.
Stop your running about. It's time you straighten right out. Stop your running around, making trouble in the town. Rudy, a message to you, Rudy, a message to you.
one spliff a day, I keep the evil away. marijuana.
want. Give me a deep dedication.
Cassettes of roast and jungle fever. Just sweeper, I earn my stripes like a zebra. Utmost respect to my peers and my seniors. You paved the way for me to stand up and spit evil. You can catch me in the spot, whining by the speakers. In new sneakers, elephant and bloody creeper. Spit seizures, guaranteed crowd pleaser. Daydreamer, break off, transceiver. The team leader, me and my team crush features. Stream heaters, tearing down your arenas. Laser beamers, everyday plot and schemers. Score screamers, from out the box the thrill seekers. Blood leakers, call out my name and get reapered. Do misdemeanors and skirt off in black beamers. Selectors get me hype when they draw a little deeper. Guaranteed ice cold flows, Mr. Freezer.
slept in it. I paid for that crib and never stepped foot in. And now somebody else is eating all the pudding. Things change, now my dashboard wooden. All black bands like a young Doc Gooden. Dark shades cause I'm stone crazy. Girl, we grown, stop playing on my phone, baby. All your childish attempts to make me angry fall short, which only fuels the rage you have because you have nothing. Understandable, I'm shining brilliant with 5 Brazilians. There were times I used to hide my feelings. Now I'm butt naked in a Lamborghini and motherfuckers can't see me. Wait till this chick see me on TV. I make this shit look easy. Who would've thought I hit you right back? Why you always all on my back? Why you gotta do me like that? Why you gotta act like a bitch when I'm curious?
Now big up all the people them in the place. All lighter crew. I jump up massive. For real. This is not a bargain or a corner shop deal. Listen to the words of the first time, waterman, the rest of them are AKA the militia man. If you never know the memo or the plan. Sin, burn on road. Make them know the code. Sin. What I tell them? I man say fire. When I say burn the place down, the militia they pan the mic and the mice do all that real young. Fire. When I take out your lighter. Right now we got something for tell the people in your days a day. But if you never saw what I'm out, tell them the man to go for the goat. Tell them the let's go. My name is Rastemo, alias Demolition Man. Right now, with the pandemic, when the competition, but that's come for MC. You want nice obsession, you love born on road. But if you wave up on the one and the bar, you go to the top and set up in the year because you know so this is son and go for my son. Yeah, but I mean, move the one, cock up with the one, come right now. All of the microphone is me, Demolition Man. There's a day, but the master motor mode. So the better me go for the code. So the better let's go. But the master motor mode. So the better me go for the code. Born on road, make them know the road course. I tell them fire. Who know if you take out your lighter? Fire. If you are jungle river. Fire. Right now this is on them now play. Born on road sound from out the UK.
Check. So yeah, got to big up all the Born on Road family. Got to big up all the Boomtown family. Massive love to everybody, yeah? We'll see you all next year. Leave you on this one. Big ups.
Been a long time waiting. You're listening to Born on Road, on road. I got a lot of love riding, got a lot of love for Born on Road, on road. You tell me I can do what I wanna do. You tell me I can be who I wanna be. You let me here, don't let me down.
Change
next to you. You tell me you need me like I need you. You left me here, don't let me down.
Way! Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Mr. Whompy. Big shout out to the Born on Road crew.
Kelvin 373, J-Man, Aries and Gardner.
They're all the DJs that you were just listening to there. What an amazing set to get you pumped up on a Sunday afternoon. Fabulous, fabulous vibes, and also amazing view of Bristol.
Really amazing view of Bristol.
Really beautifully filmed.
I think maybe we
Sorry,
should just go
appreciate
there now.
that.
I might
Should we
probably
just-
leave
yeah.
you. No? Oh no, we're here. Okay, because we've still got a rock call coming up.
Well, yes, we have. What have people been saying in the chat, Kush?
Okay, what they've been saying, many a thing. Apparently, Clifton Crew. There's like a new show for the Clifton Crew, shall we say? I don't know what I just said there. That made no sense. People want they want a chalk ice. That's what we're.
Maybe that's because I said chalk ice earlier. Chalk ice is severely underrated ice cream, I think. Best ice cream? Anyone?
Best ice
Let us
cream?
know.
Someone saying 2 frosty face melters. Some very cheeky Benny. So everyone, a lot of ice cream comments here, but I guess you're talking about the music because yes, womp womp womp. This is a whole load of
womp womp womp. In what other context did you hear that? Actually, don't answer that.
Yeah, no.
It was a right womping, that's for sure.
This is a whole lot of Bristol.
Rosie Richards saying, one of my best memories was being sat by Mr. Whompy's van chilling, and a truck came and emptied a bunch of pillows, and there was a massive pillow fight.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about this pillow fight.
I think I remember that. I think I was there that year, and I just
That's my pillow fight.
That's a really heavy pillow.
What the pillow?
That wasn't fun. No, it was a lot of fun at Boomtown. That one, not so much. Yeah, I just remember coming around the corner, like coming up from downtown, and just seeing thousands of feathers in the air.
Oh,
it was
vision.
insane.
That is a vision to like live with.
Cool.
Well, yeah, I think that's what everyone's saying.
Feathers everywhere. Yeah.
Feathers everywhere.
Feathers
So
everywhere.
from the looks of it, you had a cracking set. A lot of hearts, a lot of flames, a lot of round of applause.
Jason Bond about to cook Sunday roast for the kids, but looks like I might be bouncing around instead.
Magnus,
absolutely.
where can we watch the video? If you just missed it, you can just head over to Facebook.
Yeah, it will stay up on Facebook, so you'll be able to go back and re-watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, thanks to those guys. So slightly more serious vibe now, but very important. We're gonna play for you the We Make Events Red Alert video that has been going around, which some of you may have already seen. There was a huge protest that happened on Tuesday, organised by Plaza Events, and it's a really, really important topic. Obviously,
Yeah.
the whole entire events industry is on its knees because of the big C. And it's just a heartbreaking thing. Entertainment is what sees us all through. We're all freelancers here.
Yeah.
We all work in events. For us at Twisted Time Machine, we've seen a whole summer of work cancelled. Well, more than that now. And it is just incredibly heartbreaking. There's so much work that goes into putting on these events. So we're just going to roll this little video for you now.
Whatever part of this industry that you're in, it's all about that passion and that desire. And if you look at the most successful people within it, they all have that desire to be, whether it be the best entertainer or the best sound engineer, lighting designer, whatever it may be.
It covers a wide range of different shows, for everything from festivals to corporate events to theatres to film and TV. It's just huge. I think people just don't realise the vast scale of the UK entertainment industry.
You get to create memories for people when they go to live shows, they connect to the music or the performance that's on stage, and that creates a memory in their life, and they carry that with them.
I'm always incredibly proud to be an ambassador for this industry and for this industry in the UK. We work in a way that is unlike anywhere else in the world, and that people aspire to work to our standard, both creatively and technically.
I believe that the industry brings in over 100 billion to the UK economy. And I also believe a couple of years ago that this particular sector is the largest growing. And I do think that it is obviously a substantial contributor to the politics and the finances that this country has today.
You know, there's a different amount of people involved who set up the lights, who set up the video screens, who ensure that all the audio works correctly, runs the cables through the fields. So these individuals make these festivals happen.
For that band of 4 or 5 people to walk on stage, there can be 400 or 500 people involved in making that happen, of which between 100 and 150 are actually travelling with the band.
The Prime Minister has announced the most drastic limits to our lives that the UK has ever seen in living memory.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
From the touring and theatre side, it was pretty much a light switch off. Similarly for broadcast, when sporting events stopped, their equipment in OB trucks and TV centres stopped. So we're holding on, but it's not easy at the moment.
From June to the end of August is festival season, and I think most rental companies will agree that festival season you probably do, I don't know, 50% of your income of your annual income over a 3-month window there. So the complete loss of that has been again terrifying. I think, you know, we are probably looking now till maybe at best February, March next year. I think at the moment the confirmed losses are sitting somewhere for AdLib alone between 8 and 10 million. And I think the biggest issue right now is how many businesses are going to fall by the wayside between now and that magical reopening date.
It is the bigger shows, the stadium tours, the worldwide tours, which are not going to happen until next year, because that is based on the confidence of the public that they want to be in a venue that size with that many people around them. If they feel confident, they'll be there. I don't think that's going to happen until next year. What we do need is support right now, because we may not be here in 6 months' time.
We rely on a huge freelance workforce, including myself. You know, the creatives at the front end of all of this work. We're the makers, we're the beating heart of an industry, and we have been completely forgotten. We need the government to extend the self-employed support scheme. We need it to be tailored more for our industry. The whole industry needs a bailout. That's from the supply companies, supply chains, manufacturers, freelancers, buildings like the National Theatre, small theatre companies. The whole ecosystem of what we do needs support, because we are unlike any other industry.
We were the first industry out, and we'll definitely be the last industry back in. So consequently, we'll have the longest period of non-trading. We need to know that there's going to be some kind of financial help, because if we don't get that, the investment stops. If the investment stops, the manufacturers struggle, and that whole supply chain is in danger as well then.
We haven't furloughed any of R&D, we've kept them working, and the reason for that is that's our future as a company, but it's also a future for our industry, and I guess for the country as well. So we've kept all of R&D working on the basis that there is going to be something after this.
So we need to make sure that this huge, wide, brilliant, unique industry that is worth so much to our country, to our exchequer, is seen holistically, and that its whole health is considered, and we can move forward together. And we can make brilliant decisions that can challenge how we make work, challenge many things about what we do and how we do them. We just need the opportunity to do that.
actually it's a really moving video.
And very important video.
Yeah, so everyone kicking off in the chat about wanting us to play more music, just calm down, because there would be no music without an events industry. So let's all just remember that for a second. The reason the Boomtown isn't happening is because of COVID, and it's really important that now the events industry gets the help that it needs. It's really the time to reflect, rebuild, and connect, and that's now what we have to do to make the most of things.
Yeah.
So, to talk a little bit more about that, we are introducing another special guest, aren't we?
Yeah, we have, because it's actually a nice little link, actually, because the events aren't just the artists you see on the stage. This whole process comes with a big team. So I think perfect time to sort of introduce Anna. Come on. Oh, the camera go. Can you see? She is She's a director of comms and strategy here at Boomtown. I know you don't want to say strategy because you thought it sounded a bit wanky, but it's very important.
No, it's actually... It sounds very, very official and very important, and that's because it is. She's basically head of everything.
Head of everything.
So that's what we're going.
So a big round of applause.
It's Anna Wade. Anna Wade.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Not quite head of everything. I think that's a bit of an overstretch right there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for that. I just wanted to kind of come in and say hello to everyone at home there, and just give you a massive thanks for being tuned in. Like, we've actually, despite everything, had an incredible weekend with the wonderful Twisted Time Machine lot. Boop, 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 boop. I'm not behind clapping anymore. You need to whip out. Come on. All the amazing hosts that we've had coming in, and all of the, oh my God, mind-blowing stuff that our incredible venues have sent in as well. It's been quite an emotional, amazing journey. Obviously, having Beans on Toast today as well, doing a live thing with us here was really beautiful. But as Kush has mentioned, it's not just all the stuff you see out there, out front, that is the thing that makes this happen. Boomtown is so about the, like, everything, this massive, massive collaborative effort that is involved with thousands of crew. Like, we don't even know how many crew we have. It's probably like, I think around 10 to 13,000 people working on site over the show, building it up. The guys that are there that turn up to build the site are there for 2 months, building sometimes in torrential rain or boiling hot sunshine, and just grafting and grafting and grafting to build this unbelievable magical city that we all get to inhabit for 5 days every year. So, like, right now on site, we would have hundreds of litter pickers going around, clearing around the town centre for the changeover for somebody that was about to just probably be busting out some incredible, like, disco sets on the town centre. We'd have just, like, the most amazing, like, prep going on ahead for the closing shows and ceremonies, and everyone, like, beavering away. We have the whole, like, event control thing, which is just keeping everybody safe with our live ops, all the production side. There's just thousands and thousands and thousands of people that go into making this. And also our Boomtown HQ stuff, where there's basically two of us here, myself and the wonderful, incredible Dulcie Horn. Whoop, 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 whoop. Flash around to Dulcie. Like, we've been pulling this together with the amazing, amazing Twisted Time Machine and Postal Posse and all of the other venues that have kind of given live streams and content. But our amazing, beloved Boomtown HQ community that we work with, there's 40 of us that work all year round. It's so nuts. It feels so weird to be doing this without them all. So just wanted to give a big shout out, the hugest love in the world, to our amazing, amazing team. Sorry, that got me a bit emotional on that one. There's just so much that goes into it, and I just wanted to jump in front of the camera, which I'm not that comfortable doing all that often, but just to say thank you to everybody involved, all of you at home that have been watching, supporting. That We Make Events thing is really moving for all of us. I think Carmen Monoxide put it brilliantly last night in her rant about the state of our industry. But freelancers are really struggling. It is really hard for a lot of people, and it's hard for everybody right now. But the events industry, it means so much to all of us that I just think, we just need to keep that at the forefront of our minds. But with people like you, the support that we get, it just makes it so worth it. And just hopefully, fingers crossed, we can all navigate through this crazy, crazy storm that's going on at the moment and come out the other end with even more beautiful connection, a deeper unity, and just the most amount of need for the biggest party ever. So, woo, woo, woo. Thank you for putting up with the fact that we're not doing any music right now, but if you could just stick around with us, we're about to kind of build up to what we would normally do as our kind of closing ceremonies anyway, with some really special stuff from Martin and from these guys. So bear with us. Who is it? It's Broken Cause are doing a live stream, so you can go over to them as soon as we're done with this, but it's just half an hour more. Stick with us and hopefully we'll see you out properly. But big love. Thank you so much for being with us this whole time. Cool. Bye.
Thanks, Anna. Thank you so much, Anna. Super important stuff to remember, all of this. You know, as things start to return to normal, remember us. Remember all the events people who used to working really hard and now suddenly left with nothing. So, time to reflect. And speaking of reflecting, we're going to do a little reflection now where we look back at last year. So we're going to play you the after video from Chapter 11, 2019 Boomtown.
And it's incredible, so enjoy.
Oh, there you are. We've been waiting for you.
Beautiful brothers and sisters, we pledge today as one blood, one heart, one family to change before it's too late. And we are praying for clean water for every child, woman and man on this planet. And food for every person on this earth in our lifetime. This is our prayer. Let us consciously unify ourselves as one worldwide tribe, familia.
people are freezing and the water is warm and the ice caps are melting. What will happen when they're gone? Will the experts look stupid and invert the facts? Will they give you back your donations or keep the paper stacks? The feeling is mutual. You don't like what we do because we say what we are thinking, and that shocks and frightens you. The lion in the jungle shows no shame, it shows no pride. It does what it needs to stay strong and to survive, yeah. Don't want it, keep smiling through your teeth. No, what is it? Your justice cut the hands off the thief. He was starving, his children were crying to be fed, and now they're falling and dying, but at least you are ahead. Just be patient, keep waiting, that's what they always say. But you're tired and you're aching and the pain won't go away. So stand up and speak out, see that your needs are met. Oh, the odds are against you, but please place your bet, yeah. You keep it, we don't want it. You keep it, we don't want it.
Say the plant is the root of all life for humanity, giving man everything that he needs in a levity. Clothing, shelter, food to fill the belly, medicine and meditation, we rise spiritually. Sun is the light for this plant to grow. There ain't nothing you must know Mother Nature can show. Love is the light for your soul to grow. Turn your heart in a life, it is an open flow. I'm gonna turn the life, it is an open flow. And let the sun talk, let them guide me, let them give me clock, I soul talk. Who my reason from me down upon the rock? Hey, who my reason from me down upon the rock? Hey, this is I to Jah mighty Father Son.
What's she building in there?
No one is safe in this brave new world.
Your data, your information, your life, everything about you. Strange new structures appearing overnight. Nobody knows where AI will take us. It's the biggest surveillance operation in history, and the funniest thing, we volunteered it all for free. We gave it away. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Listening, speaking, watching, waiting. Listening, speaking, watching, waiting. Your phone, your TV, your bank cards, your life. Your phone, your TV, your bank cards, your life. Your house, your car, we know where you are. Your house, your car, we know where you are. Everything about you, everything about you. For your dreams, for your desires, it will know everything
your data,
about you.
your information, your
What
life,
you eat, how you
everything
sleep,
about you.
everything about you, about you.
The ability to change is the ability to survive. To be a truly radical city requires truly radical change.
change.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that made me happy and sad in equal measure, I think.
I know. I was
so incredible. Ricky Clement has summed this up quite nicely in the chat. You couldn't imagine how much the world has changed since then, which, is quite beautiful and very sad. But let's not dwell on it too much. Let's not dwell on the sadness too much. With us now, we've got another very special guest. We're going to talk a little bit more about the theatrical side of Boomtown, what makes Boomtown so unique and pioneering in everything that it does. So with us, we've got Martin Coates, who is the director of theatre for Boomtown. Theatre, darling.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah, really good. And well done, guys. You guys have absolutely smashed it this weekend. Big, massive ups to Twisted Time Machine. Well impressed. Yeah.
Thanks very much. Cool. So we're gonna kick things off. We're gonna have a little chat. Tell us when you first started working for Boomtown.
Well, Boomtown's been a massive part of my life, I think, for the last 14 years. For the first few years, I engaged with Boomtown just solely as a punter. So back in the really early days when the event was Reside Drake the West, well before they had anybody working on concept and names, and then which is great. And then the first 3 years of Boomtown, chapters 1, 2, and 3, I went solely as a punter. I was working the kind of festival circuit with my theatre collective, Dank Parish. But I'd always refused to work at Boomtown initially as a crew. Well, because it was kind of like my dirty little secret, really. It blew my mind, and it was my holiday, and I refused to kind of give over to it because I enjoyed it so much. It was this. In those early days, it really was embracing this sort of chaotic energy, but was this artistry that it just smacked of Bristol, the whole thing, and it just had real, all the other festivals that we're doing was kind of like hedonistic and and kind of there were a lot of fun but no real substance to them. Whereas Boomtown always kind of at its core had this kind of gritty kind of sort of really powerful artistry and that you could get lost in.
It does give you an entirely different perspective when you work on something that you love, isn't it? It can be
100%. We were just saying, how much as a core team we get to see, and I think in the last 4 years I've only seen Cypress Hill, because you're working so hard on the festivals. But then it sort of, I guess I started working in about chapter 4. Me and the theatre collective that I'm part of, we decided that we were going to come, or we applied to, and we luckily were, and we brought our Church of the Sturdy Virgin to Old Town.
Amazing name.
And the church was a great show. That really was my kind of introduction to how powerful and how good an art form immersive theatre is. The church, we would give people their own funeral shows. It'd be a 40-minute show, and we'd had a grave dug, and we'd give them a whole ceremony, and they would get buried, and it was, we put the fun in funeral, and it was really good.
Some light-hearted.
Yeah,
well, it was, dying's a big part of living, and it kind of, it's a good.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
there you
that
go.
too. That was beautifully put.
And I'm full of them. Dying is a big part of living, and we have these sort of funeral services in today's life that are still built around this Victorian, very reserved kind of way. So just kind of addressing that really, and kind of seeing it as more of a celebration of life, one of those things. So that was kind of hugely popular, but and it was at a time when Boomtown was kind of changing as well, around about chapter 4. So it was the first time that they were kind of introducing this idea of there being a narrative. So that was the first year that the Arcadia Spider was there. And they'd sort of created this idea that the aliens had landed in Boomtown. And that was great, it was a great way to sort of explain what that stage meant. But I was kind of there when I went, well, if aliens are going to land in this fictional city, then it should affect everything.
Yeah.
You know, this world should be cohesive. It's a big moment, this aliens thing. It shouldn't just be just to describe why this giant stage is here. And that was the first year as well. The detail was really, you know, they were starting to be able to work on the second layers of the sets that they were building. So there was real detail starting to go into everything. And you could just start to see this world really starting to form at the festival. And it kind of, the inspiration kind of hit me really kind of hard. It was kind of an epiphany moment that year of, well, Boomtown is just a macro version of what we've done at the church.
Yeah.
You know, it's just this big detailed world. We've created a little world, and these are just world within worlds. And if we can somehow make it all cohesive in some way.
One big world that with an overarching narrative that kind of fits it. So then, you know, and then that kind of from that moment, chapter 4 onwards, I kind of, it's always just been, it was obvious to me that Boomtown could do something that no other festival in the world could do. And I kind of came, and Lack likes that when you say things like that to him. So I came in with that quite strongly, and and then they sort of welcomed me onto the team a little bit more. Dank Parish went back chapter 5, and we took on the town hall, and we created the elections in Boomtown. Yep. So this was the first time we were really taking control of the narrative, but also we were creating something live on the site where our audience could interact with the narrative. And it was the audience that actually elected the mayor that would be in place in the narrative for the next year. Right. So we were creating something, so where it really was, you know, audience and creative. It's audience-led. Yeah. Audience-led, which is really what immersive theatre should be. Yeah, 100%.
I was going to say, so what's your sort of favourite part about working with Boomtown? Like,
favourite part, I've got lots. I mean, it's like I said, it's Boomtown kind of runs through my veins. So I absolutely
Boomtown blood.
Boomtown blood.
It's definitely just the people that you work with. I mean, Anna's touched on it a little bit there. You know, this amazing 40+ HQ team that we have. You know, just along the line, you look along everybody, and I look at them all and think, you can do something I can't do. And you know, they're all experts in their fields. We all genuinely really love each other and get on well.
Literally in their field.
I was thinking that in each field.
So that's great, and it's really inspiring, and I've learned a lot just by working side by side with my colleagues. But, I mean, I love the ambition, I love the creativity, I love the ballsiness of it. But I guess the most important thing that I love most of all is the collaboration across the country. So up and down the country, there are thousands of crew and collectives that are part of this, and you know, they work for, you know, all those micro venues that everybody loves. They really do work for next to nothing. They're really doing it for the love and being part of it, and it's huge. When I first came on and started to try and implement this stuff with the team, with Doug and Maya and Natalie and everybody, I was really concerned about how these guys were doing something already for nothing. They were really, you know, so they're coming and putting on their venue, the thing that they've worked on to showcase, and then I was going to come along and say, you know, kind of step on toes and kind of step on their artisticality a little bit, and just sort of say, well, can you sort of put, you know, go in this direction a little bit, or, you know, and it has blown me away that 100% of these crews all want to have their little part. Everybody understands that if we all just recognise our cog within the machine, then we can create this massive thing that just is unprecedented anywhere else. I hate that word.
No, I was going to say when you said it,
it's a cringy little thing now, isn't it? I'm sorry. But so it's the collaboration. It's the fact that everybody is putting into this one big vision, and it means that we are through collaboration, we're creating something that is untouchable. That you know, and it's amazing because Boomtown is like the largest theatrical show I've ever worked on by my moment, and there's no rehearsal. You know, there's no dress rehearsal.
Yeah, this blew me away when I found this out, actually.
I mean, you know, I'm really lucky. We managed to get Arts Council money, and for the last few years, we've put that money into doing workshops with all of the crews. So we'd get together and we'd really sort of work on what their identity was in their district and what their role is within the maze and the kind of the bigger narrative. And that was really, really important. But that's only like 1 or 2 days with all of those crews. Yeah. And then you leave them away, you know, and then you sort of meet them again in the fields and just fingers crossed, like, you know, and they're just so unbelievably passionate about the vision that we've created and playing their part. It's, they're truly, I use this a lot, like nowhere else in the world. Truly, there's no other project in the world that does that. And so big up to all of the crews over there in the country.
It is.
From the sounds of it, though, from what you said, what I'm understanding, there's like no ego, so that's probably why people are more passionate, because it's so collaborative. I can't remember what the word is. That everyone does feel like that each member is so valuable, and I think that's probably why you create such beautiful team and story narrative and everything. That's when it's so exciting, because the minute someone's like, do this, you know, I don't want to do that. Whereas if like you create it, it's like a creative hub of juice.
It's just a really special atmosphere, isn't it? And just I don't think there is an immersive theatre event that even touches the scale of Boomtown. It's absolutely mind-blowing what you pull together. So why do you think that narrative is so important to Boomtown?
Yeah, that's a good question. Narrative is really important to Boomtown, but I think narrative in general is hugely important. So storytelling is without doubt the oldest profession in the world. You know, it's what shapes society. So it's what defined Neanderthals from other animals. It's what, through storytelling, is what helps humanity evolve. And it builds society. So these narratives that we all sort of play out in our heads, and that we, our narratives become our thoughts, and our thoughts become our words, and then our words become our actions, and then actions create society. Now, if we don't explore narrative and storyline together, then we're being controlled by the narrative that's put upon us by the mass media and the government.
God, this is so deep. I love it.
Well, it is deep, and it is important.
I love it.
And that is important. And that's what, Boomtown always has been, is an exploration of this narrative, a way of putting a mirror up to the narrative that has always been sort of top-down heavy on us. That's what Banghai Industries was all about. That's what the takedown of the regime and the revolution, to find out that the revolution was just part of the narrative that was being spun to us. It's important that we explore these things together.
Yeah. It's quite disturbingly close to life sometimes, isn't it? Especially with this year's original.
It's
original narrative.
It's madness. Boomtown has always mirrored, like I said, the real life society, and there was a time when we were just behind, I think, with kind of reflecting on sort of history with the regime, the regime and everything. Then we sort of brought it up quite close to real life with Banghai Industries and how the mass media manipulate the masses and sort of corporation control. This idea that it's not the government that's in control. I think that it's the banks and the corporations that are running the world. And then all of a sudden we got into, I would say, one step ahead of the narrative. We started to investigate, what a world would be like with artificial intelligence. And the kind of collection of what was happening with the collection of data, and the kind of algorithmic kind of enslavery that we were all kind of heading towards. And then we hit the sort of the pandemic and the state of emergency. But I'm waffling a little bit now. I know we went out of time. Could go on for
it's great. It's great.
I guess one last thing before we say our goodbyes to everyone here. We'll go to our video, of course. That's not the official. What's your favourite moment of Boomtown thus far?
There are so many. This time I'm going to choose the closing ceremony on Chapter 9. And that was because that was really sort of personal to me. At the end of every festival, we always have, there's about sort of 30,000 people, our main dance stages, and we sort of, the whole festival comes together and we watch the finale. And that year's finale was the kind of the virus that the hackers were planting into the Banghai Industries communications tower. That was really important because that year, amongst those thousands, there were about 5,000 people who felt like they were the ones who had planted the virus, because they'd played the story for the whole 4 days. And so, they'd got to it. And then there was about 120 people that knew why the virus didn't work because they had sabotaged the story. So that was epic. And I don't know if I've got time. I just want to quickly say the other reason why that ceremony was so important, just because I really want to say, was because the hacker that appeared on the screen was my then 12-year-old stepdaughter, who was on the screen. Reciting a poem that I'd made about consumerism. And so it was a real just special. It was the moment, the message landing, all about family and all about the work. It was your family. It was,
That's
it was
beautiful.
lush.
Just going to really sneak in very quickly, because I'm sure that you're probably being pestered about this a lot, and generally everyone is like wanting to know what the future holds. If you can say anything.
Not really. We use the line quite often that the future is unwritten. And that really has always been true with Boomtown. So, we've tried to, in the past, to really sort of, write 2 years, 3 years into the future. And we do have ideas, but what we found is that never really works. There'd always be a curveball that was thrown at us, or, the world, something about the world would change, or So what we found it works best is to let the dust settle on a year. And because of this thing where we are, because of the ARG and everything we were doing online, we've really got this close relationship with our audience that we can sort of work out what they're picking up, let them influence it, and then we work out where we're going to go from there. And then this year, obviously, we've been hit by the biggest curveball of all with the pandemic. And so, you know, we got to let the dust sort of truly settle on that, and then sort of work out where we're going to go to next. But wherever we go, it'll be well thought out and it will be epic.
Yeah, amazing. I love that. The future is unwritten, people. The future is unwritten. Thank you so much, Martin, for joining us.
Massive round of applause, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Before we go to this final video, we just need to give a massive big up to Alex Allen, who's essentially the in-house filmmaker at Boomtown, who basically pulls together all the amazing content that you guys see all the way through the festival and after the festival as well. So huge love to Alex Allen there, guys. Massive round of applause for Alex. Whoa.
Amazing.
So before we close off with it, so basically at the end of every Boomtown, there's an amazing closing ceremony. A lot of you will know about it. They've created this incredible video which sort of highlights the team, sort of puts it together, that gives the... And how can we word this? How would you like to word it? I'm trying to word like... do you know what? I'm just going to say the word goosebumps because that's what you're going to feel when you watch it. It's the feeling you watch when you are there at the closing ceremony. So that's what we're going to close off on.
It's going to be like stepping into an alternate reality where Boomtown 2020 did happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, so before we play that, we're going to leave you with that to finish. So before we play that, thank you so much to everyone who's joined us over the weekend. It's been a really special experience. We feel very, very privileged that Boomtown have had us in to host. We've been here Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We are Twisted Time Machine. I've been Betty.
I've been Kush.
Follow us at Twisted Time Machine. Give us a little follow. We're around doing virtual events in the virtual realm. Here's Mikey.
This is Mikey.
Just go onto your phones now. Go into Instagram and it's at Twisted Time Machine. Just give us a follow and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely shameless.
Rightly so.
And of course, Anna and Dulcie, they've been sitting here all weekend.
Yes. Woo! Thank you so much. And guys, 2020 tickets are still on sale.
Yes.
So you can still buy them and they will roll over to 2021. And fingers crossed, it is
tomorrow at
midnight. Tomorrow at midnight. Sorry. It will go on sale then.
Off sale then.
Off sale, sorry. Word. Fingers crossed, it's going to be the biggest party ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Boomtown 2020, the lost chapter. Woo woo!
A new way of being, a new way of living. This is a state of emergency.
Normally at this time for Boomtown, we'd be entering into the smooth, well-oiled machine-like delivery stage of the operation. And here I am instead.
The butterfly girl came down from the moon.
In Panama, I was working on a project called Plastic Paradiso with a fellow artist, Maitani Borospe, and we were recycling sea plastic and turning it into sacred objects and objets d'art. Of all the places to be quarantined for this COVID situation, I ended up getting quarantined at a festival, the last festival in the world. We were on site there for just over 100 days. In the end, we took a humanitarian flight out to Mexico.
Don't worry about all that. The answers are inside. And remember, you are an individual.
We really were this year looking to do something that I believe has not been done to the scale anywhere else in the world. In the trailer that we launched in February the 6th, we planted Easter eggs and a breadcrumb trail, and that would lead you onto an exploration of the narrative online. And this also tied in with the opening of our new event space here in Bristol, Area 404. All of this was just world building and just detail ready for those gates to open. And of course, all of this then would have culminated all the way up until that final Sunday show.
much passion goes into the shows. You know, they're experienced by tens of thousands of people and they are magic.
If you're wandering around freely and getting lost and exploring throughout the whole weekend, this is the one moment most people will turn up to, from all of the crews that have been working there to all of the public that have attended.
There is so much creativity and collaboration that goes into those final ceremonies, from the beautiful set designs, the elaborate performances, or the bespoke tracks that are made for each individual show.
The world's people have spoken. Their message is clear. Time is running out. We are the future.
Dougie first approached me to play Amy, who was saying, "Oh, would you mind just playing this character for a festival video?" And I was like, sure. And she's actually become this powerful energy that's influenced a lot of people and got a really good message to send.
All art has the potential to just sort of distract or inform, I suppose, or a cunning mix of both. And that's what a narrative thread will bring to it, something that could just be purely spectacle or could just be purely visual, but it gives it a message and a meaning.
The ability to change is the ability to survive.
Amy presented herself in a number of different ways. You'd see her traditional kind of blue air hostess, which really was the kind of mass media, consumer-friendly avatar created by Bankai Industries.
Artificial intelligence.
The version of Amy that you see on the Nucleus is the stripped back AI menacing side of her, where she's gathering data.
She's kind of the centre of it all. She's the brain, she's gathering all the information and she's having a lot of trouble with it. As she discovers more about humanity, corruption and the treatment of the planet, the more pain she's feeling and the more you can sort of see it in her physicality and her body, and she looks like she's about to explode. Waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning, having someone come to my house and physically put a bald cap on my head and scraping all my hair back was a wonderful experience. It was quite painful, so to feel pain as that character is good.
We were really going into some uncharted territory and some quite philosophical spaces. Very easy to write for the idea of the rise of the machines and how computers will take over the world and how they'll be so single and bloody-minded. But now we were really starting to have a character that was growing and developing. So on the relic stage, she was starting to understand that there was this sort of natural intelligence, this universal higher intelligence that supersedes human intelligence.
You know, when you look at storytelling on a sort of one-to-one level, or watching a film or going to a theatre show, sort of spreading that out across like hills and valleys and hundreds of different venues. It's an immense challenge to make it all tie in and make sense, but it's also a unique opportunity and a unique way to tell a story as well. Our mission to sort of reflect the world and to look at real world issues with the environment and with corporate control and all these sort of things that are so poignant at these times. And artificial intelligence and data being one of the most valuable commodities. And then the 404 events we did with the virus and the contamination and stuff, and the lockdown. Sort of last thing I saw leaving the country was state of emergency posters all over the tubes and stuff. And then, yeah, a couple of months later, sort of global state of emergency comes down, which is pretty intense, you know.
The current situation has given us the chance to pause, which we haven't had since the beginning of Boomtown. So we're making the most out of that and really interrogating our values and really thinking about what the best experience can be for our citizens. It's really brought home the importance of connection. Zoom doesn't cut it. We need each other, and I think next year is going to be that big celebration of that connection that we all feel and that we all need.
Boomtown has always been the most special, most creative, most imaginative city in the world, and it's going to be really interesting to see what its new incarnation will look like after it's come out of its state of emergency.
Now our city sleeps, a chance to dream of wonders and visions as yet unseen. In times of change ourselves we found, in a new world growing from the ancient ground. As all we know must turn to dust, yet paradise still belongs to us. Remember this, my family of friends, until we meet and dance again.